Yo, I know how I'm gonna introduce Ryan now, boy. The man with the legendary podcast and the legendary bar, fam. The one bar.
Don't do that, man. Don't gas me.
And then it will just be Alex.
Expectancy.
No. I'll lotion it for you, Alex. Don't worry. Pause.
Don't, bro.
No, man.
He's not allowed to introduce me because I don't trust what he's gonna say.
You got that intro, yeah?
Say no more.
Fuck.
Hey, alright, let's go.
Hold
Ready,
this
yeah?
mic.
We think we know sport.
Let's go. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of We Think We Know Sports.
We
are back. It's your host Idris, and I'm not Elba. We welcome back Mr. Oyins. Oyins, you're back. Where you been, bro?
Everywhere. G, evidently.
Look at him with his bright pink top. He
What's
came back
happening,
making a statement.
Yeah, like that.
Big statement.
Well, not really, actually, because when you make statements in 2019, it means a completely different thing. But yeah, I just like the colour. Anyway.
Today's a good episode. It's actually a fruitful episode. I'm looking very much forward to it. If you don't know, last week I had the pleasure of being on the Don't Be a Dick podcast.
That's right.
Go check that out if you haven't already. It's DBAD, right?
Bruv, you're looking at the wrong person.
I'm supposed to know this.
You are supposed to know this.
So it's the Don't Be a Dick podcast. The Instagram is the Don't Be a Dick podcast, and the Twitter is the DBAD podcast.
Without further ado, it's the Don't Be a Dick podcast.
Welcome. Shouts out to man.
We have the one bar, the legendary one bar. I told you, that's how we're going
They
to
played you. They
One
played you.
bar,
They played you.
What's going
Right.
on, people, man?
How you doing, bro?
What's going on,
I'm
people?
good, man. I'm trying. You know, you go on
Why is the energy
interviews,
so
you gotta
level?
put on. I think you got to act cool now. Man.
Yeah, I did it
Wish
when
I
I
had sunglasses.
What I did
If I had sunglasses, it'd be complete.
He tried to give you a
It don't
hat. You
work.
didn't want it.
No, but I'm good, man. Sorry.
Yeah. Alex? I thought Oyins was going to do it, but...
Oh no, man!
No,
I
no,
mean,
it's
he was
fine.
still talking, and obviously we've got Alex from the Don't Be a Dick podcast as well with us. Obviously, 2/3 of the Mandem, man.
Yeah, we're missing one of us.
Yeah,
we're missing
man.
one of us. Shout out, Billy.
Shout out,
Shout
Billy.
out Billy
Shout out,
Stoners.
Billy.
The white
Shout out,
one.
Billy. Yeah,
You may know
alright,
him
man.
as-
The host.
You'll understand if you listen.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for coming along, boys. Cheers.
It's been, how you been, though? Since I was last on, I've actually got a couple of stories to share. I'm not going to lie to you. Like,
Always have stories.
I always have stories.
No, we heard.
I gave you one, but
One of
there's
them we've
another
heard.
one. I gave you
Yeah.
the one on your podcast, which I haven't shared with our listeners. I'm not going to lie.
My memory don't stretch.
Which one was that?
The one with the old man in the porno DVDs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's
yeah.
had porno DVDs.
Yeah.
No, but it's
And if you want to listen to that story, go check out the Don't Be a Dick podcast.
look at the plugs we are giving these man.
yeah,
Look at the plugs. No, but how have you guys been? Obviously, we saw you last week. What have you been up to?
Yeah, I'm alright. I've been okay. The weeks just fly by. Like, work just takes over everything. And yeah, it's been fun. We recorded another episode. Goes out next Monday.
Season 2, no?
Season 2, episode
Yeah,
1.
chat to us, man.
yeah.
Chat to us. What is the Don't Be a Dick podcast?
Yeah, let the
Alright, so
listeners
it's a
know.
podcast where we look at shit that's happened throughout the week.
And everything is based around dicks.
Essentially,
Literally.
yeah. And
It was like Wang of the week and stuff. And I was like, wait, what? Like, everything is literally based
Yeah.
around dick.
Yeah.
So we see what's happened in the news or, on social media, and we break it down. Now, we decide who the dick is in the situation, or we discuss how not to be a dick,
Exactly. Okay.
which is very important. How to avoid dicks,
Yeah. They coming at people thick and fast.
Exactly.
I had to get one of them out there,
Yeah,
right?
you couldn't help yourself.
No, I couldn't.
No,
But yeah.
but we have to look like I've always said. There's a dick inside all of us, and we have to try and keep it.
Even the
Keep
females.
it.
Well,
in all
yeah,
of
because
us.
they say that the XX, you're born a woman, don't they say that? I don't believe it, but they say you're born an XX and then the X chromosome turns into a Y, so there's a dick inside everybody.
There you go. You
So
found
it's the
it.
other way
here.
around.
We think we know sports. We think we know biology too, but we don't know shit. That's really the truth behind it.
No.
I don't know.
But yeah, so basically, since I was on your podcast, I have another story to share. So I was driving down Tottenham High Road the other day, right? And this is like 7 o'clock in the morning. So the last one I shared with you lot was like 11 o'clock. So this is even more early in the morning.
Morning offenders.
I see a guy run out of Superdrug on Tottenham High Road, and I don't know if you lot know, like, when you see a run, that's a man in danger, right?
Okay,
like
yeah.
someone's running, retreating, right? So I was like, what the hell is going on? It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, bro, this guy, I don't know, he sort of looked like a crackhead, alcoholic, drunk, whatever you want to call it.
Damn.
He goes to the
The labels.
the next move was mad. He picked up a glass bottle off the thing. He goes into Superdrug and just dashes it, fam, and just runs away. And I was like, this is too early to be seeing this, man. I don't need this at 7 o'clock in the morning in my life. Fam.
That's North London stuff.
Yeah,
That's what
proper. I'm pretty sure I saw a video to a similar effect, and some ladies just recording, and she goes, "Oh my god, what is he doing? Oh my god, no, what is he doing?" And there's this guy trying to weigh in the window for this jewelry shop. Broad days
Oh,
or
I see that one.
Beatties.
Yeah, I see
I'm pretty
that.
sure
I
that was
saw
in North as well, G.
No, I don't know if that was.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I saw that one as well.
Yeah.
He clearly had mental health.
I'm not sure
issues,
where that
man.
was, but my guy was on absolute madness.
Different
And then,
crud.
Yeah, they found a grow house today in Tottenham Hell. That was
That's probably why I was running around
entertaining.
smashing throwing
Smashing
bottles.
bottles of super drug.
Probably it's probably his grow
bro.
house, isn't it?
Imagine.
Probably vexed.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's the story. I'll give you an update on the crime around North London, I guess.
We think we know crime.
But yeah, so tell us your favourite sports, gentlemen.
Yeah. What do you like the
Football,
most?
another sports.
Football.
There's
Pardon?
other sports.
There are other sports.
Yeah, no. The NFL's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Stop.
It's football.
See, now you just, I don't even
Why
like you
NFL?
anymore.
'Cause it's jokes.
Because of the Super Bowl.
No, because
Okay.
because it's jokes.
And
What's
'cause it
funny
comes
about
on
it?
BBC,
What,
there's a
because
channel.
people end up brain damaged afterward? Is that funny to you?
As is same as UFC. UFC is hilarious as well. I know watch UFC so I can see people get knocked out.
I mean, that's what most people watch
Yeah.
it for, sure.
So that's the same shit. So what's wrong with NFL?
I don't know. I watch it because I like fighting sports. That's what. So, but with NFL, I don't watch it at all. 'Cause
I
I
find it
just
really
think,
interesting how you're just playing with this banana though, and we got the Don't Be a Dick podcast.
I mean, I haven't eaten in a while.
Don't be ashamed of your source of potassium, bro.
It's probably on camera now, isn't it? I had
Don't
one
be
at the start of the
ashamed.
day. I had one at the middle of the
Right.
day, and I've got dinner now. So, but yeah, no. So you like football?
I like football. NFL, the only reason I really like NFL was because I wish it was here when I was younger, because I think I'd have been really good at it.
Fair enough.
I'd have been a wide receiver.
Fair enough.
100%.
I'd have been, yeah. I think
That
I'd-
you
They
think,
both got the
that
stature
you
for
think
it,
you
I'm
would
not
have been good
gonna
at it as well, or that
I'm
he,
more of a Cam Newton. I'm big and
you got hands. You
I
could.
can throw. American
I can't
football.
imagine.
I got technique down.
I can't imagine
The
it.
throw and the twist.
Do you know, that's like the only sport I haven't
That-
that throw I haven't got down. I
What?
can't do it. You know?
It's not hard. You make it anyway. It's not hard. It's like
I'm
shoot-
brown and
it's-
I should be
no,
able
no,
to
no.
throw.
Yeah,
but I don't.
bowl.
That one I can't
It's
do.
not throw in.
No. We cricket. There's throwing as well, bro.
It's a what? It's
Come
a
on, come on, fam.
It's slightly different.
it's a bowl, fam.
There's a lot of techniques
Throw
in
as
it,
well,
though.
fam.
A full toss, not a throw. They thought the man them didn't know. They thought the man them didn't know.
Full toss.
Yeah,
What's that?
it's a full
When the
toss.
ball don't bounce.
Yo, look at this.
Hey.
Do you know what a Freudian slip is? We've had hella Freudian slips with this don't be a dick
Yeah.
and a full toss. That's why he looks shocked. Why are they full tossing?
His mind is blown, isn't it?
Shit, man, I
Yeah.
don't know nothing about cricket, bro.
No, but yeah, no, I can't imagine you throwing an American football. I just can't imagine it. Doesn't
You hold it by the laces.
okay? You,
and
right
do the
terminology.
twisting motion.
Yeah,
Wow.
So he's got the tech. He's got the explanation down. Whether he can actually do it is a
Ryan's
different
a
Technique.
Whether he can actually do
That
it
ain't the
is a different
technique.
thing.
This is the technique. You have it by the laces here. Cock it back. See what I did there? Another step. You cock it all the way back. And as you follow through, you snap like that.
Okay.
That's how you get the rotation on the ball. And your arm gives it the direction.
I'm
My
gonna
boy played for GB. Don't try it, bro.
I'm gonna be honest. With his size, I didn't see him as a quarterback.
But look at Ben Roethlisberger.
No, he.
Nah, he's more of
you
a.
pronounce that name so. Roethlisberger, innit?
Oh no, he's a rapist, man.
I listened to it.
Boy.
Wow.
Allegedly.
I
Allegedly.
listen to a
Thank
lot
you
of
very
sports
much. Not on this
podcasts. Say,
podcast.
say,
NFL's a crowd anyway. Let's talk some Premier League or something. I don't want to hear about this NFL shit.
Wait.
no more.
I haven't done yet. Give us your favourite teams, boys.
What football?
Yeah.
I'm an Arsenal fan.
Chelsea.
How? Black Chelsea supporters grind my gears.
I've always wanted
Wait, who's
this.
from?
I
He's a
support
Gooner.
Arsenal. I
Oh,
don't
there's
know.
no racism in North London.
It's not about racism.
not about-
I said it doesn't like it grinds my gears. It's weird.
Why is it weird?
It's just odd. Because you know
said-
who
you
else?
said black.
Yeah.
What?
You, Larry.
Blay.
That makes all the more sense. It's always the dark-skinned odd nigga. No offense. It is. Larry's odd. You're not that odd.
Larry is.
He's odd. That's my dude. That's my right hand, but he's odd.
Odd level 10.
Blay isn't odd. He's sensei. But, can do some odd things from time to time. I'm in the ganking group, so before he gets offended, I've seen the oddness.
Yeah.
I've seen the oddness. And who else? I got another mate, David Akinwumi. Just dropping bare names. He's odd, but not in a weird way, but he's like striking.
Wait, David?
No.
Oh,
He supports Manchester United. He's a Nigerian. So,
He
but
looks
yeah,
like he'd
no.
support United.
How Chelsea? How?
Why?
Zola.
I don't know.
There's no backstory behind it.
Nah, so I used to be a Man United fan because all my family's from Manchester, innit? Like half my family.
Fair enough.
So it's kind of like,
Let me tell the story.
and then I don't even know when it happened, bro. This is when Chelsea
Just
had
woke
like
up.
Dennis Wise. It was like it wasn't the team that everyone thinks. Abramovich came. It was just like basic Chelsea, but it was like, all right, sick. I've got no other story behind it.
Just one day.
Just woke
I
up.
just started fucking with Chelsea heavy,
Fair enough.
and it was before the success.
I was kind of.
He's trying to push that. He's trying to push that, but I've always told him I don't remember.
You
him
support
saying-
Arsenal, but you're black, so you support because of Ian
Bruv,
Wright.
no,
That's
I
it.
don't.
Ian Wright played for Arsenal, so
No, I
in unity
don't.
we have to support
Nah,
Arsenal.
bro, nah.
Why do black people do that?
Mine was genuinely. Mine was because the guy that like I looked up to as a kid, like he asked me who did I support. I didn't really have a team at the time. He supported Arsenal, so I started supporting Arsenal.
Was he black?
No. That's what I'm saying. Like it was just the club that was there. That was introduced to me. It's like, oh, okay, cool, I'm gonna support Arsenal, and then
How's that any
no, but
different
bruv,
from my story?
you supported United first.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, you did
That
say
was
that.
by force. I was also Jehovah's Witness. How about that? That was my choice.
yeah. All right.
Oh,
All right, next question is your favorite male and female athletes.
sport best like your favorite all-time sporting athletes, male and female.
female athletes.
Yeah,
Male
like,
and
who do you think the best ever is?
Why are you doing this to me?
At what?
Why are you doing this to me?
Anything, man. Just an
No,
athlete.
I'm being
Don't be a
honest.
dick, damn it. Just pick a woman.
Female? Serena Williams.
There you go. It's not that
Hey. Serena Williams.
hard. All right,
That's who
go on.
most people
Just pick a
pick.
male.
And who's like
Beyonce, actually. Fuck that.
Athlete.
Beyonce. I'll
Athlete.
fight you up. Beyonce. Yes, athlete. Have you seen
fam,
Coachella?
bruv.
Beyonce.
Okay, all right, cool. Beyonce, Serena
told
Williams.
you it's funny.
Bro,
Who else?
The Beehive are coming for
male?
you, boy. You call that an athlete.
She is an athlete. They won't come
Nah,
for her.
come on, bruv.
That's a compliment.
The Beehive is coming, bro. Watch your comments. But male?
favorite male athlete. Oh, I know who mine would be. Thierry Henry.
There you go. It's not that.
Uncle TT.
That's yeah. Absolutely.
Who's yours? Drogba.
Nah, it's not a footballer. Probably be Usain Bolt.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's the best ever at like
What he does.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
of course.
just no one's gonna beat that, and if they do, well,
Eventually, it'll
They'll be on
happen.
some
it
dr-
just
some
means
type of
that we've
drug.
ascended and we're no longer Homo sapiens.
I said that
Whoever
because he's
runs
Jamaican. I didn't say really.
Oh,
I'm just
no, that
supporting
makes
the team.
sense. That makes sense.
But someone will beat him eventually.
You reckon
It has to happen.
it'll be
I
marginal?
don't think so.
Another Jamaican.
Whatever.
Very marginal, though. Very,
No, but
Probably
very.
his son.
Like
It
a
happens all the
point
time.
one.
Like they've done nothing but get faster and faster and faster and faster. So eventually, someone will be quicker than that.
But he's like an anomaly in terms of like what he can do.
Yeah, I suppose it's like, will someone ever come and better what Messi's goal scoring stats? Or
I can't see that happening.
No,
either.
but
this is that kind of stuff in it. Like,
You have to
can't
think
see
about
that.
like the Matrix, because there's been many Zions and many Neos. Like he's the anomaly, but there's been many the ones. Remember when in the second one when he was in the room with that like Colonel Sanders with the white beard,
Yeah, I'm
and he was
listening.
there dropping all them long words. them
Yeah, yeah,
bars.
yeah.
He was saying we've destroyed Zion 1,000
Yeah,
times before. We'll just destroy
Again,
Zion.
yeah.
There's been loads of anomalies.
Life is a
There
cycle.
will always be anomalies.
So you reckon
Eventually.
that someone will definitely? You reckon? Okay, in our lifetimes, you think someone will break?
in our
the world
lifetimes?
record?
No.
maybe
I
not
don't
our
think- I don't
lifetime.
think so.
But I reckon when the records were broken back then, people were probably saying the same shit.
But there was a time when they
Nah,
were saying
man.
that everything that's been invented has been
Nah,
invented.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The last world record wasn't that long ago before Usain broke it, right?
No, they were breaking
90s?
like of course they keep breaking it.
No, I mean, Asafa Powell had it. Usain broke his own 3 times.
Yeah, because who was the American guy that had it before?
Maurice. No, I don't know.
Green Gatlin.
Because it's been 977 for time. It was
With that
Asafa
being
Powell.
said, someone broke Michael Phelps' record recently.
Yeah, but I don't swim.
Nah, I don't even.
No.
So the
hey.
stereotype is true.
No.
I said I don't swim.
No.
Not that I
black
can't.
people have taken to the pool. But those islands, Caribbean islands, they're surrounded by water.
Yeah, all them man do is swim.
No, don't get
all them-
and don't get it twisted. I learned how to swim.
Yeah.
I just don't know how well I can swim anymore.
That's all. And I said, hear this. I said I don't swim. I can. I was on holiday not long ago. That's why I missed the last episode.
Where did you go, please?
I went to Ibiza. I was with my chick enjoying.
bang.
So
Were you partying or were you just...
Did you
No,
swim? Did you swim though?
yeah, I got into the water. I got into the sea, and I got into the pool. I rock bottomed some white guy into
We've
the pool.
broken
I loved it.
stereotypes here at We
I
Think We
loved
Know
it.
Sports.
Gave him
Black
a
people can
certified
swim.
rock bottom. Got full extension. Planted that nigga into the ocean, bro. Sick.
Got your hair wet.
I mean, I had to. You know what's mad about it? You know what's mad about it? You know, it's so funny that he says that because I had my do-rag on the whole fucking time.
What's going on?
Like,
You're being black.
until I got speared into the pool and I was like, oh fuck, I guess the do-rag got to come off.
She
I lost.
you.
Who's she?
Who does you?
What?
I was like, wait, what?
Was it a group with you?
No, it was just me and her. But then white people are friendly on
People
holiday.
like that, especially in IB4.
Yeah, lots of families was like all inclusive thing. So yeah, and then I heard them talking about wrestling, and then he just started power bombing his wife into the pool. So I was like, "Oh, Jocelyn, can I choke slam you?" And she was like, "No." So I just said, "Yeah, let me give you the rock bottom," and he was like, "Sure." Then I gave him the rock bottom, bro.
Some random guy in Ibiza.
Yeah,
He's just randomly doing wrestling with this random guy.
bro.
It actually sounds kind of fun, but it sounds kind of weird.
I gave him the rock bottom. I gave this Don.
Where about? what?
If you smell, what was that?
Just a little bit.
Those are not the opinions of anyone on the podcast currently.
Like it ain't 2019. You need to up with the times, ASMR car. Anyway, let's move on, man. Shit. I'm excited to talk some sports.
All right, come on then.
Just before we get onto our sports, the fantasy game week 6 saw some massive changes, bro. Vivek is now the leader. We now have a new leader. An Indian person now leads the fantasy league.
Are you guys part of our fantasy league?
I'm not.
Do you play?
I would. Do you know what?
Billy's
A couple
part
of
of
weeks
our fantasy
ago,
league.
I would have been happy to be in your group until last week when I got like 19 points.
Ooh.
I was above
not
Billy.
bad.
It's only then like he passed me last week. So yeah,
Well,
Are you into fantasy league?
Yes.
he's like bottom of the group of my group.
Yo, I only just logged back in.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're under 300 points in our group, you're gonna struggle. I got some honourable mentions to give, such as the Ebikemi brothers. I think you lot should stick to basketball.
Both of us.
Yeah, you're like
he's
both.
not. He's not ripping.
He's not ripping.
Oh, Eddie, man. Come on, he's not ripping. He's not ripping.
He's like, bro, he's like right next to you, fam. Like,
No, it means he hasn't been. He's been busy, Sha. No, no
and-
way.
and Black
Where's
Pep.
your total points, fam?
Total points. Go into the league.
Where's the league?
Go back. Go down.
Oh my god.
Down. Down. Where gives your number?
Fuck fantasy football. Man.
I just looked.
41.
How many points you got?
I have 255.
Round would be above you. Still.
Oh, well, Carl, you ain't repping either. They're laughing. Same amount of points as my bro.
You know what, though? It doesn't count because I forgot my password to log in.
You too. I only just logged back in.
Look at all
like
these
yesterday.
excuses from all these whack man, fam.
Okay.
But the
I'm
Black
waiting, I'm
Pepper's
waiting.
Black Pepper's
Where
down
am I?
there as well, fam. He's not having a good time either.
Who's that?
CJ ain't been repping,
Oh, is
fam.
he?
CJ.
You might know CJ. He's been on your pod plenty of times.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
been on ours
CJ
as
repping
well.
either. CJ.
Wait, how many points has he got?
He's got quite. He's low, pretty low.
Oh my god, yeah, like 296. Stop touching me, Ryan.
See, I didn't.
Yeah. So yeah, that was some honourable mentions. Like I said, if you're under 300, I don't think you're not gonna get it up there. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. You'll be fine, man.
You'd be surprised,
keep
you
plugging
know.
away, man.
It's about when you use that triple captain. If you use that triple captain at the right point,
That is true.
when you
If
use
you
your
do
wild
use them
card,
properly.
when you use these things, it's important.
What are they talking about?
There we go.
Really?
This is his first season.
Never done a fantasy before.
Oh man, I've been doing it on and off. Like last year, I literally set it up, put one team in, and then just hoped that I didn't come last.
And
I came second. Did I come last?
I don't recall.
I don't remember, but I think I came second from last.
I
Don't
did that
quote me
once
on
and I got
though.
relegated. So I'm not doing it again. This time I'm coming a bit harder. But yeah, let's go on to some football. Obviously, it was the Carabao Cup yesterday. The cup that changes names has more names than some girls have baby dads, man. I swear to God. It was a Worthington Cup at one
he
point.
is from North London.
That's true. They do have lots of baby dads around here, trust me.
Jeez, man. God, you know we got. Oh, anyway.
What?
Continue, Idris.
Sorry. Yeah, it's called the It was once called the Milk Cup, you know?
The milk cup,
It was actually once called the Milk Cup. I found that pretty interesting.
Coca-Cola.
It was called the Coca-Cola, the Worthington, Carling,
It's for
Capital
sale.
One.
It's for sale.
Yeah.
Literally is. But yeah, it was third round. The biggest talking point was Tottenham lost 4-3 on penalties. And they actually went out, and it looks like a club in turmoil right now because they look like just a club that's gone to shit, really.
They've run out of juice.
Somewhat, like, apparently, I think Eriksen's body language says that he wants out right now, yeah. Because
Do you think Eriksen deserves better?
the penalty that he took was whack. It was horrible.
I think
if
if you
he
were
should go?
Ericsson, potentially you might be sitting there thinking, am I gonna win anything in my entire career?
He hasn't won anything.
But then at the same time, if he leaves, if he leaves at the end of the season, he can go and get one of them new signing no bonus deals that gets you like 350 grand a week. Aaron Ramsey, do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Aaron
the
Ramsey
Ramsey
signed the same
situation.
thing last year
Okay.
or this year, and a lot of players are doing it, running down their contracts and then going and signing some bumper deal that's paying them a lot more than what their club can afford to play them normally.
But yeah, shouts out to Tottenham. You lot lost to a team that's more renowned for its seaside than it is for its football. And
Well,
that's
Colchester is renowned for a lot more than that.
Wow.
Shout out to Colchester.
Shout out Colchester.
We done Colchester dirty back a day. But listen,
Hey,
I
bruv,
don't want to talk
Colchester
too much.
was a hot-
Hey,
Yeah, I mean,
but just know, Spurs have dropped the ball massively. They're going down the pan. Ericsson needs to change his body language. He just turned 27 in February.
Wait,
So-
what? He's only that. He's
He turned 27
Yeah,
in,
he's
orange.
in
He's young.
February.
you do know they retire. Footballers retire at like 34.
no. It's not that. It's just that it's odd to now see that all the bad boys are like pretty much our age.
Yeah, somewhat.
Where's he going?
Our age group is now
Madrid.
like
25 and 28.
Yeah.
But Madrid won him on a free transfer. Well, that's the news. Yeah.
More than likely, Madrid are a team in turmoil as well.
And he's free.
They're massively a squad in turmoil, and they need a massive revamp of
Yeah,
the
like
whole squad.
they can't touch him because they'll probably get a fine or something. But
He's not as good as Modric. I don't see.
Modric's old.
I don't think Ericsson's as good as he thinks he is.
But they don't have to pay any money for him.
That's a good question.
I don't think he's as good as he thinks he is. I don't think. Okay, so last season Tottenham held on, like they lost so many games last season, and they were so tense. And now this season, all that they've after they lost Champions League, that they just relaxed.
Yeah, I feel like
And
the
they've all
bubble
kind of
burst.
gone loose.
Yeah.
Pochettino should have got rid of them, made some money, and replaced them with someone that actually wants to be there, someone that's actually a part of the vision. It's like if all the Ajax players stayed at Ajax,
Yeah.
it's like they would have lost their edge.
But you reckon, or no? Well, they didn't do as well as Tottenham did. I
No.
think there's a difference in it, and if like they came just close enough to almost taste it, you see it.
And they still won. They won
but-
domestic titles.
But it's like Leicester as well. Leicester won the title, and then everyone left. Everyone that should have left. But Tottenham, everyone stayed there. It's like, this is weird.
But Leicester's now still a club that's in the
It
top
depends
flight,
on what you're
a
trying to
certified
build,
top flight
essentially.
club.
It's like when Liverpool lost that Champions League. If we lost all our players, we're not getting to the next Champions
No,
League.
it's not happening.
but
That's
you-
what I mean. That's probably the case with
Did you
Ajax.
buy when you did that? Did you buy? Who did you buy?
We bought Van Dijk. No, Van Dijk was already in the team.
Yeah.
We bought Alisson,
Because I've always felt like
Fabinho. So we plugged our holes pretty much.
Shaqiri.
you feel, but I've always felt it's one of those things with Spurs. It's like, where do you actually improve? You've got your first 11, and your first 11 is pretty good.
No, it's not. I
but
feel
it
they can
is.
still improve. I'm not gonna lie.
Is Lucas Moura a part of the
No, he doesn't
Starting
make their
eleven.
first start.
Not really.
I would've
That's what I
started.
mean. Like,
super
so
sub type guy?
you've got your
Or
striker, you've got your two centre backs, maybe
Kane's a
three.
bad boy, man.
You've got
Kane's
your
sick.
midfielders because
If
you've
the
got
only places that I think are cemented on a Spurs squad are Hugo Lloris, Harry Kane, Son,
and Son doesn't even always start.
and that should be a starter, 100%. Dele Alli goes in and out of phases.
Ericsson has to be a starter though. Ericsson has to start for you.
Yeah.
They're a strange team because like they even play better without Harry Kane. So it's a question. It's a question whether he should be a starter or not.
Because they're
there,
dummies. When Champions League final was in, they squeezed him in,
And they
and
should've
Lucas
played.
Moura, who was banging in goals, sat on the bench. Spurs don't make no sense, and they continue to make no sense. They're doing this whole fucking American Horror Story where they don't change their cast. It doesn't make. It's so
how
pointless.
batshit crazy that shit was? I saw an episode just the other day of the new season. Batshit fucking crazy. I said, "Oh, that's a nigga from season 1."
It's the same people. It's what the,
Every single time,
fuck?
innit?
You gotta
It's so
change-
mad.
you gotta
Crazy,
switch
the
it
same
up.
foolishness, raw.
But
So
yeah.
what a good way to look at it.
Now they've gone out, and Colchester, shout out to you, man. Monumental
real.
effort.
Yeah. So Arsenal won 5-0. They had what I think was the goal of the round. That Martinelli guy scored an absolute screamer.
Wasn't it a deflection?
It did kind of deflect. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
that took all of the. I was
But it was like the way it just angled into the corner of the
Yeah,
net.
it
It
did
was
look good.
nice. It was nice.
I ain't seen it yet.
It was. Check it out if you want. But it was a real
Baby-
But I did like the first goal. I did watch the first goal. This ball came over. Callum Chambers crossed it first time, and he gets in between two defenders and he heads it in. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's more of a classy goal, man. It's more of a team goal as well. Like that shot and the deflection is once in a lifetime. You don't really get that all the time.
yeah.
I like baby Arsenal.
No, see, the more important thing for me was Tierney played, looked really good. Bellerin had a half a game, looked really good.
Yeah.
They're back for fitness, so now Maitland-Niles can go back to trying to get into
I've
midfield.
been saying this
He's
on-
been getting battered in public
He's
opinion.
not a right back though.
He's
is
out
he?
of position, but
Yeah.
He's been saying it,
people
though.
don't even care.
No, they don't give a damn.
They have been
because
cussing,
We've seen
dude.
Valencia, we've seen Moses, we've seen Ashley Young. You can do that.
You can do it.
with
James
effort.
Milner, yeah.
Yeah, of course. But
No,
he's just it's just not his position, and
he's
people
not.
keep focusing on and taking the shit out of him.
But with that being said, all of those players that you mentioned were old when they moved position. Maitland Niles is young still.
And wait,
True.
they were all wide wingers, not centre. Apart from Milner. Milner fits into that position. He plays it well.
Wait, where's
But
Maitland Niles play?
He's a centre.
He's actually a centre
midfield.
mid by
Oh,
choice.
he's a centre. Oh,
That's what he says.
Yeah, no, he's a centre mid. He's always been a centre mid.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what he said.
Emery moved him.
Yeah, Milner's a freak. That's why he does it.
But-
Makes sense.
We'll
Probably
see.
the smartest footballer going. Talking of James Milner, he's the one, an outstanding player. I actually watched that Liverpool game versus MK Dons, and the man is an absolute, like, how can I even put this? He's someone that the kids should admire. Like, he doesn't necessarily have the most flash to his game, but the dedication and hard work that is actually put into James Milner, it's crazy. Like, I literally watched this man at 34 years old outrunning these youngsters, getting back, clearing off the line, and I'm like, how are you not tired? You played like on the weekend. Like this guy is so fucking fit.
Ain't
bro.
he teetotal or some shit like that? He's a freak though.
Yeah,
He's
I
got like
think
a
he is.
psychotic kind of like Kobe Bryant to his game. Like he don't drink. Like
Yeah, he don't drink alcohol. No.
has no mates. Does word
But it
searches
shows-
on the way to games and
He's
shit.
allegedly very boring.
Yeah,
Yeah, they said he won a beep test in pre-season.
of course he did.
Yeah, he did.
No.
He's the
It's
fittest
mad.
player on
No,
the-
that's
he's
what I'm
like-
saying.
Looks like a psycho.
And
man.
that's
Got
what-
them piercing blue
It
eyes.
just shows though, with a level of dedication, you can just. What's wrong with on there? With a level of dedication, you can actually like
your coobs.
go to the top. Literally, the guy went from Leeds to Newcastle to Villa to City. He's won Premier League titles. He's won FA Cups. He's a Champions League winner now.
He's
Yeah.
a hack because he does the things. No, that's the best way to describe it.
And
I
he's
think.
he's
a
weirdly
hack.
got better as he's got older. Like he's like
He
wine.
just does the things that people don't want to do.
Yeah, he
well,
is.
and that's a hack. That is literally how you hack life, and he's shown you. You don't want to run, I'll run. Isn't that what people say about
Somewhat.
Kante?
People like
No,
James
Kante's
Milner.
quality. Kante's,
I don't know.
Kante's a
No,
little
he
bit better.
can-
Kante's better than
Yeah.
just a little bit better
He's
than
got a
that.
very bald head.
Even the goal he scored against Liverpool was cold. He scored a banging goal.
I-
Far away from my bottle, man. This guy. I go to reach for the bottle and then grab this guy's toes, fam. Jeez. This
Sorry,
guy,
I can't help it. Wait till you see his videos.
I have
man,
to watch
it'll
it
kill
now.
you. Yeah, you do.
we're definitely gonna try this.
I hate hearing about players like Milner, Kante, and these other players do the unsexy jobs well because they're never appreciated. Everyone's talking about players.
Yeah,
of the
well,
year,
everyone loves
Messi,
Kante,
Ronaldo.
though.
But
the
why-
level of IQ that it takes to play different positions is crazy.
this is not recognised. Everyone's talking about Messi, Ronaldo based on goals.
Yeah, because that's why
That's
Van
one
Dijk
part of
didn't
football.
win the thingy.
That's what wins.
People don't
one-
look at things in a totalitarian way anyway. Like I have this argument with Barcelona all the time. There's only like one player in the league that I rate who gets my like nod or whatever because of one side of the ball. James Harden. He's the only player in the league, in my opinion, who can get away with doing one thing, and that's just scoring a ball. Whereas
100%.
everyone
He's
else, in
dark
my
right.
opinion, you have to show me more
around
for
the
me
game.
for me to rate you.
I love watching videos of him trying to defend. It's just like,
What for?
it's like, ugh.
Because I'm
it's so pathetic. It's literally
lackluster, this.
pathetic.
But yeah, Milner, you were saying you rate
Yeah,
him.
no, that's what I was just saying. Literally, I watched the game and I think he did get man of the match, and if he didn't, he should have because it's a credit to him, man. He's actually an absolute workhorse. He's admirable, to say the least.
Do you know what though? I don't think there's no way Van Dijk is ever going to win the Ballon d'Or.
The Ballon d'Or's not done yet. That's the FIFA best player.
Player of the year. Yeah.
But with that being said, like that was on my list of things to talk about potentially as well. Messi wins games, and that's always gonna trump. Like Van Dijk will make a team better, so he'll make a defense more solid, but he won't win you a game.
But that's the thing.
Does that make sense?
What they say about the NFL is that offense doesn't win games. Defense
Defense
does.
wins, yeah.
So
Offense wins games, defense wins championships, is what they say.
I've heard both ways. But defense is important. Bottom line.
It is
more
100%.
So-
Because look at Liverpool. Without our defense, we will shit.
You can win.
Yeah, you
without
could arguably
scoring.
say that Van Dijk basically won you the Champions League last year. Like without him, I know Salah scored a lot of goals. Mane scored
The
a
only
lot of
problem
goals.
is he was there when we lost it as well. That's the only.
Nah, but he has changed you into a real you're a proper
Yeah,
team
a
now,
proper
isn't
team,
it?
100%.
And it might be his captain because he's not the captain, but it might be his effect on the pitch. He's a
Oh,
little bit-
100%.
But-
From the moment I saw this guy on the pitch, I watch Liverpool like week in, week out.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
when I saw this guy and the stature of him in that centre back position, it's just like
It's
overpowering.
ridiculous.
It's like it was different. It's something that's like whoa, like our defense looks different just with him there, stood there. It's just weird. So yeah, but fourth round, we've got some big games.
It's gonna be mad.
Chelsea versus United.
Is that, a big game?
it's
Is
easy.
that considered as a big game now?
Well, I think Chelsea youngsters look better than United youngsters right now.
Chelsea youngsters. I think Chelsea youngsters will do. But then it's that question. It's
United is shit now.
do they play? Because United aren't going to play. They're probably not going to play as a youngster team in these kind of rounds. Depends what kind of fixtures you've got around it. So if they can get away with playing a semi-strong team, Chelsea are going to have to do the same. I still think Chelsea will win.
We won 7-0.
I still think
7-1.
Chelsea.
Yeah,
It was against
7-1.
Grimsby though. It was against Grimsby.
But their youngsters did do all right.
And
did
Michi
do that.
Batshuayi, who's not a youngster,
No, he's not.
who gets the ball and turns and bangs and goals.
Barkley
I don't know
was
why he's not.
playing.
There'll be players that
There was players there, but you did
those
well.
those fringe players will get a chance as well. So
Yeah.
I think Chelsea will edge that one, in my opinion.
Man United's right though. They got Greenwood. I like him a lot.
That-
mean,
that's
he
if he
scored-
survives. They have no striker. He's going to be playing week in, week out from now on. Like Premier League.
He scored the last 2 games.
True.
And then you got the old Arsenal versus Liverpool again.
No, Liverpool, Arsenal. I think if it was at the Emirates, it'd have been a different situation.
I'm not 100% confident in the sense that I feel like we may be putting all our eggs in the Premier League. So I don't
Yes.
know if that's going to be a full
I think
focus.
you'll still beat us, to be honest.
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure.
You're such a strong team. Like genuinely, you currently have such a strong team that I can't see.
We don't have the strength in depth. But
What?
neither do you lot, to be honest. Let
Oh,
me
you
not.
do.
You got more depth.
You've got more
We've
depth
got
than
more
us.
depth than
Arsenal.
you lot.
We've
probably.
got youth. Like we've got some youth players. Don't get it twisted. And the team that we put out the other day looked really good. But I think if it comes to one of those games, the Man Cities, the Liverpools, the Chelseas, I think that's where we met. And especially playing away from home, that's where we will come up short. I don't think if it was at the Emirates, I think we might have been able to nab that and get like a draw and try and get penalties or whatever. Maybe win it 2-1. Maybe a few whatever. Maybe win that. But playing at Anfield, not a chance. No, I don't see.
You lot don't have very good luck at Anfield, I'm not going to lie. And you haven't
No
won
one
them in
does.
about 5 years.
I still remember sitting there watching our Shavin score 4 goals, and I was amazed because it doesn't happen very
See,
often.
that's the football I remember.
That was a mad thing.
That was fucking mad.
I've not been
was
able
mad.
to keep
I
up football
just
since I was
thinking,
14.
this guy, this
Andre
little
Arshavin,
fucking Russian guy needs to piss off, mate.
bad boy with his mop.
Hey, bruv, trust me.
Bad boy.
He was actually a really good player.
Yeah.
For a bit.
For a tiny little period of time.
Like 2 seasons.
Probably the best player Russia's produced.
Oh, no.
I don't know any other Russians.
Yuri Zirkov.
They had that.
Nah, don't draw for that. Don't draw for. I knew you were gonna go for him, but no, I don't.
Yuri
think so.
Zirkov?
Who's that?
Name rings a
a
bell.
Yuri
boxer.
Zirkov.
He went to Chelsea.
Yeah.
I thought that was a boxer.
Roman Abramovich.
He went to Chelsea.
He's a
Name
wicked
rings
It was
a
like a
bell.
right back or a left back or something. And then you've got
And then there was that Pogremniak, I think his name was,
Yeah.
or Pavlyuchenko.
Pavlyuchenko. You've got him.
What about Shevchenko? What was
He was Ukrainian.
Ukrainian.
Oh, so yeah, he's the best that they've ever produced.
No,
Gonna
Arshavin
go
is a
back.
decent shout for the best that they've ever produced. Most successful, I would have said.
That's not the best they produced. No, I refuse to believe it.
I don't know.
Where's Kolarov from?
He's not
Bosnia.
from there. He's from somewhere else.
He's from Bosnia or one of those. Bosnia or
something-
Serbia or one of those.
Something like that.
Same as Zeko. Where's Zeko from?
Edin Dzeko's from like Slovenia or something.
No, Edin
No.
Dzeko.
Oh, it's like
Dzeko is
Bosnia
from
and
Bosnia.
Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Herzegovina
from
is. I think they're
Bosnia.
from the same country.
Edin Dzeko was a bad boy.
Or he might be at Serbia.
Nah,
I think he still is.
So, Russia.
Bad boy.
I think he's still playing
Who?
at Roma.
Is that what you tried to do?
He did that as well, though.
When?
But anyway, let's move on a bit. We're still on somewhat the topic. Do you not see the Nike versus New Balance?
What's
Did.
that?
All right, so New Balance now sponsor Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
And Nike want to sponsor Nike want to sponsor Liverpool at the beginning of next season for approximately 70 million.
Okay.
Now, New Balance are taking them to court.
Yeah.
What's ASMR laughing at?
They were having their own little private combo.
Yeah, I think you told him off.
He probably did as well, innit? Like, and he's so proud of himself over there.
I'm not even proud. I hate to do it, bro. But I could hear
Look at
it.
the laugh. I hope you pick that.
If
I
I
hope
could
the
hear
mic
it.
picks up the laugh.
Probably
hope
picked
it
up their
does.
little secret conversation. Looking at girls on Instagram.
More than like, what are you lot doing, fam?
Oh, see. Now
These behind the scenes, man.
Now
You
we
see
should
these
carry
behind
on.
the scenes, man. They don't want to be in front of the camera so they don't get exposed.
Do your thing.
But so New Balance basically say they have a clause in the contract which says that if they match the offer of any competitor, that they can take the contract, right? But here's where it differs. Nike put a clause in the contract that says you get profit on sales, and New Balance have nowhere near.
Yeah, they're not nice.
They're not gonna produce the same amount of sales that Nike are. So
No, not selling hipster crepes.
that level of
Not even
revenue
seeing
is not going to be matched. So obviously Liverpool are saying, well,
Yeah.
for me, I'm just looking at it like, we have two big sport companies just actually fighting over our team.
New
right
Balance
now.
is a big sports company.
Sort of. Actually, no, Under Armour are bigger.
There
They're
you
actually
go.
probably
Trent
they're probably the
Alexander.
least.
You see the goal Trent scored the other day? I tried to watch Match of the Day to keep up with all of this
Chelsea
football
one.
talk. Bro, 30, bro, top bins.
He's solid. He's a quality.
I noticed the
quality
Under
player.
Armour bug after that. I did.
Oh, so
Yeah, they were bright fucking orange. How could I not? And they looked all right. I still would never put them on my feet though. Under Armour.
Oh, come on, man. Those ad hoc boots have been wavy from early.
Wait,
Diodoro.
who's fighting for? It's
New
Nike
Balance.
versus who?
It's Nike versus
New
New
Balance.
Balance, but he tried to say New Balance for a big club, and I just clearly
a
showed
big,
you.
big
brand.
Nah.
They're
No,
not.
they're not. They're not.
But Nike have recently lost a lot of. They've been not
And New
dropped.
Balance have quite a few teams right now, to be honest.
Yeah, Nike have
Yeah,
lost quite a
shirts and
few.
stuff.
Because they used to sponsor Arsenal. Adidas took them.
Nike need to get their name back
They've-
up.
they've
into
lost
football.
quite a
Yeah,
few.
it's more of an Adidas world in football now, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Who have Man United got?
Adidas as
Adidas.
well.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Adidas as well.
Chelsea is still Adidas.
No, I think Chelsea and Nike.
Oh, Chelsea and
Yeah,
Nike.
that
Okay,
makes
so they've
sense.
got a couple. They've swapped over. But Nike is still the biggest. They're still the biggest sports company in the world.
I know, like disrespect to New Balance. I'm just talking relatively because I'm not trying to fuck up a potential bag in the future.
Just say allegedly and everything's all right.
Yeah,
But to be honest, I'm not even gonna lie. Please, New Balance, just do me a favor and just let it go because I'm just tired of my friends just cussing me. I'm not gonna.
What
lie.
about your New Balance kit?
Yeah, like every
not
season,
that bad a
bruv, you
kit.
got whack kits from
not
Oh,
bad.
man.
It's not
Warrior, New Balance. Here we go again. Oh God,
It's not that bad.
And
really
sometimes
not
they
bad.
come out with the world's wildest third kits, like, and I'm like, yo, like, who designed these?
Better than Under Armour kits.
I don't know
I
if
think we
anyone's-
had an Under Armour kit too.
Oh, that's why. Oh, yeah. That's
Shit.
I think we had an Under Armour
yeah,
kit
no.
too.
I can't.
Bro, that
Anyway.
was- Speaking of kits, though, apparently Louis Vuitton wants to buy AC Milan and to make Louis Vuitton kits
Go for it, Louis.
for 1 billion. Is what the rumor.
what?
I read an article.
What do you
and
mean for 1 billion? Who gets the 1 billion? Who gets the billy?
See, I don't
Louis.
know. When I thought of this,
The club.
last time I heard, former president Silvio Berlusconi owned AC Milan.
Something like that.
So
Don't know
would
how it
he get the
works.
1 billion?
Oh, it's one of those ones.
Oh. Yeah, because Milan have been booky, but they're shit right now.
Yeah, I've heard that all the Milans aren't that good, and Italian
Inter
football's not
are
really
sort of
good.
bad.
Oh, Inter are on the up. Inter are on the up.
They
But
just
Milan
got
are...
players from the Prem. didn't they?
Speaking of Inter, that brings us on to the topic of racism.
That's
so
it.
let's just get into it.
Man, I was
right?
about to say, you jumping right here. Fuck Italian football.
There we go.
For real.
Fuck Italian football. Fuck Italian football.
They literally have a culture of racism that is literally acceptable.
Exactly.
That's
It's
what they said
accepted.
to it.
It's
That's-
accepted, 100%.
That's literally what they
Yeah.
said. They said, we're accepting it, just let it go.
Oh, is that what they've gone and said now?
Literally.
No, didn't you
Essentially.
see the who was it? Caligari. Is that how
Yeah.
you pronounce it?
Yeah.
They made monkey noses to Lukaku, right?
No.
And the team came out, or his team came out and said, "You need to understand that it's a sign of respect." Like that was their response.
So they're basically saying, it's a sign of respect. We're trying to put you off.
Yeah, they're trying to-
This is a respect. This is respecting you because we think you're a good player.
You're
so-
good and you're causing us trouble, so
Yeah.
we're going to taunt you.
Yeah, in that
But
way.
we're not going to taunt you in any other way because obviously our language isn't that extensive. No. I'm paraphrasing based on what they would say. I think Italian's a beautiful language.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really.
It's strange to me.
I'm not into football that much.
And then
I don't think it.
no,
I
it's
don't think
listen.
it
It's so
matters.
accepted, yeah, that on national TV there was a presenter who was fired recently. He said Lukaku should be. The only way Lukaku can be stopped is if you throw bananas.
Bananas at him.
yeah, it's mad.
If that is shown on your as your presenter,
It's
then
laugh-
it's
it's
gonna filter
laughable,
down.
innit?
Man.
That is pretty funny though.
Yeah, see,
It's quite
I
fun.
think
It's quite fun. It's
laughable.
quite
I
fun.
was picturing like a Mario Kart.
Lukaku just go.
just slipping up before he gets to go. My whole thing about the whole racism is such a difficult topic to talk about. I reckon
That's not.
This is where we're gonna go to next.
it's difficult because it's not heard, Ryan. That's why it's difficult.
What's not heard?
It's not.
They made monkey chants. They heard. What's not heard?
As in retorts to racist acts aren't heard. What really happens? These Italians are still going to be saying, "Oh, look at the Moulin yarns. Oh, no.
Do you know what's mad?
They're still
right?
going to make monkey noises. They do it here in your dirty club. So,
Hey.
so like, what go on? There's, Raheem. It's no rest for Raheem. Like, he's still going to get it this season. If you think he's not going to get it, I shouldn't even put it
still
out
black.
there. There you go. So, like, what else? Like, what do we want these narrow-minded individuals to do?
We've got kick it out and kick it out. Come on, they set up a little banner of balloons or some shit.
Love it.
Everyone stands in front of it, takes a picture. It says kick it out. It has a little banner on your arm. Kick it out. We want to kick it out of football. And everyone plays.
And it just starts.
And it carries on.
Of course, because
As
you
soon
know
as
it's
the
a sign of
whistle blows,
respect.
it's like, all the
Apparently,
noises
it's a
start.
badge of honor.
It's nonsense.
Crazy.
No one gets in trouble.
But while we're on the topic of racism,
Yes.
there's a fine line between racism and banter, right?
No, there isn't. It's not a fine line. There can be one and the same, but there ain't no lines.
Well,
motherfucker.
Bernardo
Ain't no lines.
Silva and Benjamin Mendy, what do you think of it?
He told a racist joke about his body in a public forum. That's all it is.
No, there's more though.
There's way more.
There's
What
more.
do you mean? Well, how can there be more?
you
Have
see
you
the
not seen the
naked-
video?
the
Have you not
naked
s-
vid-
the
so-
video of him walking? Yeah.
So
go
he's
on.
coming
Who's
up-
walking?
So
Oh, God.
Bernardo
Who's
Silva.
naked?
Listen.
Bernardo Silva's on the bus, right? He's on the bus and he's talking to the camera and he's like, "Listen, guys, I've just seen a naked World Cup winner. He's wearing headphones, etc., etc. I'll find him and show you in a second." So then he's off the bus and he's walking down like the tunnel, or whatever it is, to get into the stadium. And he goes, "Look, guys, I found him." So he points the camera towards Mendy in it, and he's wearing a full black like top in it, and it's like just dark black in it, and it's like, holy shit, that was racist. Like, it takes you a while to register, yeah. But it's like, shit, that was actually mad racist. Like, but here's my thing.
It's kind of funny when we go missing in the dark. I was
Here's
standing
my
in the doorway. Wait, let me preface this. I'll let you say your thing. I rang the doorbell, got here late. I'm waiting in, what do you even call that? Purgatory. You know the bit between the door and the door?
porch, yeah.
Porch.
Oh, I ain't got one, so it's
Veranda.
purgatory to me. Because when Mitchell came to the door, to let me in, he looked past me. I tried to step in, and he was like, "Oh, whoa! I didn't see you there." Let me just let everybody know. Mitchell wears glasses. He said it with his eyes.
You're wearing pink. How do you get?
I thought he was going to be on the outside door. So I opened the first door, expecting to be on the outside door. It was on the inside door.
You know how the
But you
bell.
still missed it.
You've been here enough times to. Anyway, the bell is on the inside in
But
purgatory.
with that being said, the reason why
It's kind of funny
like-
when people don't see you.
Benjamin Mendy didn't seem to have an issue with it in the video or anything. So, as I said, fine line between banter and racism, because it seems like it's an ongoing thing between the two of them.
I just told you. We have racist banter between us.
Of course.
But it don't mean that Ryan and Alex have to accept if they hear you drop an M-bomb. Or,
Okay,
or this,
of
that, and the
course.
other. You see it.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's all it is. We're
I
black.
agree with you that it
So-
should have gone to a WhatsApp group or something.
Yeah,
Like, why
he's
did
dumb.
it go
He
to Twitter?
pressed
It
Bernardo
don't even
Silva
make
in
sense.
the wrong
is
place.
clearly
It's actually fucking
no,
retard.
I think he meant it because he's obviously tweeted it
Oh,
out.
100% he meant it.
But he's from Portugal and they started the slave trade. So
He even said, "You can't even make a joke these days." And I was like, bro, like, you
Yeah.
need to understand what you're doing. That, like, I agree with you, lot.
you're not a comedian.
He's making a
It's not even
private
a comedian
joke.
can't make that
private
joke.
joke in a public space.
Yeah,
Public
100%.
space, public
That's
forum.
all he's guilty of. Everyone here with the Home Alone faces because he said something racist. You can't do that. You can't say that. I can tell you 101 racist jokes that I heard from people who aren't black or.
Yeah.
I've heard racist jokes from everyone.
Yeah,
So why is everyone acting so brand new?
Yeah.
It's
Is that
true.
how you feel
It's
about
true.
it? But you hate Italian football.
What do you mean?
I mean,
that's
I
different.
agree with you, but like Bernardo should get reprimanded in some regard because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Just for simply being an idiot and thinking that he can go and tell public jokes in a private place and then tell everybody to lighten up
No, but
because he's still offended people.
brother, and he's ignorant. He's ignorant,
Well, it's
but
Portuguese, isn't it? They love to slave people.
but it's context.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. Me and him
It's context.
have been arguing about this like literally all week.
It's a teachable moment.
Because I've said my guy should just come out and said, "I'm sorry I offended everybody."
Yeah.
Fine, done, dusted.
Because you don't
Situation
even have
done,
to
innit?
mean it. Just say it.
Like everybody gets, everybody
Just
gets,
like the joke.
Everybody gets that racist. Everyone has racist banter. Everyone does it. Everyone says. I always
Yeah,
say
I
everyone's racist in it. You'll cuss someone. You'll say a racist
It's not
slur.
racism,
It's
though.
calm,
It's just a stereotype.
but you can't do it on
easy.
Twitter and on Instagram. Like, and then expect people not to care or not to have an opinion about it. Like, but if he doesn't get, but the funny thing is, everyone's come out and defended him. Guardiola's come out and defended him.
Yeah, he did. Guardiola did.
John
defend
Barnes
him.
Yeah,
has
but
come
he's
out.
Spanish.
John Barnes has come out and said he weren't
But
racist.
he loves
Oh,
he
really?
loves
I haven't
repping.
heard that one.
John Barnes has come out and said
I've heard
John
John
Barnes
Barnes.
loves repping for people who are racist to black people. I was actually on their pod. I was on their pod when that shit was going off. You know, with Liam Neeson and everything.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, Liam Neeson was
Yeah,
never
he
racist.
did do that, didn't he?
No, he's not. Never racist.
No, I mean he weren't racist. He's just old and white. So I mean he might be inherently racist. I don't know. But
He sort of, that's what he said that he was though. He
But-
said I was inherently racist.
yeah, but I
basically.
mean John Barnes is clearly just a fool. I mean
he does talk some
I
sense.
agree with him a lot of the time.
I didn't even hear what John Barnes said. What did John Barnes say?
He said that
it's
you can't
banter.
play it all
He
the
just said it was
time because
banter.
then it will lose its power, kind of thing.
What did John Barnes say? Why are you calling John Barnes a fool?
Because he said something foolish, didn't he?
No, I don't.
He said something I agreed with, but he said it publicly.
No, but then it's this
Oh, yeah,
situation,
yeah.
right?
That's all it is.
I don't know. I don't know if I can say that Bernardo Silva is racist.
He's not.
Oh,
I don't know.
is he racist?
I don't know if I can say he's racist. He is having a joke with a friend, and his friend doesn't care about the racial section of it. He doesn't care. at
To
all.
be fair, we don't know if Benjamin Mendy makes white
Racist
jokes.
jokes,
He
that's
might
what
be
I'm
whacking
saying.
them up.
Yeah,
in
like,
private.
like we
Might
don't know
be
what
beating man up.
Like,
He
we
might be
don't-
secretly megging him.
It's just, it's just you can't do that. As a guy that's got however many millions of followers on whatever social
Millions?
platform
You
you've
reckon
got,
millions?
2.7 million.
No way. I need to
Mendy?
get ball.
No,
No,
he's kind of-
Bernardo
Bernardo
Silva.
Silva. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Like he's one of the best players in Portugal at the minute for the Portuguese national team. He's gonna get followed. He plays for one of the best teams in the country. Like he's gonna have followers in it. And then you can't sit there and then say to someone, like, "Can't you take a joke?"
Yeah, he was absent-minded.
Like the "can't you take a joke" makes it worse for me.
yeah. That's the point where
Like-
it's like, you don't see what you did here?
Yeah,
like,
it's like
nothing.
bruv, just come out and say sorry and keep it moving, innit?
I'd rather he not apologize.
Yeah,
It
this
doesn't
is
mean
what
it.
we've been.
If he doesn't
Oh,
mean
you
it, what's the
reckon?
point? Just an empty apology. Oh, I'm sorry. Read out this fucking statement that that the club reps have told me to read, and that's it.
Yeah,
But no, bruv. No, I'm glad that he doubled down and said, "Why can't
Yeah.
anyone take a joke?" Now someone can actually be like, "This is why,"
Why? People
as
can't
opposed
take
to
a
just like, "Sorry, fake apology," and then carry on with his life.
yeah.
There's no
Fair enough.
People gotta learn for this shit, bruv.
I guess so.
How do we stop racism in football?
You're not gonna stop
Can it
racism.
be?
You can't.
Can't?
Impossible.
I was going to say something real salacious.
You can't stop racism in public. You can't stop it in private. You can't stop it anywhere. Racism is going to be here forever and always until we're all the same color.
I still don't feel that.
And even then, we're going to cuss about fucking shoe size or fucking
Anything.
anything. It's too late.
Yeah, I think so.
That's fair
I
enough.
think so. Like I always find it funny when people say they don't see race. It's like the only thing I see.
You do see race.
Everyone sees
It's
race.
like, it's like
the
the only
first
thing. I
thing
had
you
this
do see,
conversation with
yeah.
my girl just the other day. Like I genuinely just like see race. Like it's like one of the first lenses that I view the world through. I don't know whether it's because my mum was always reminding me that I'm black. Like we didn't have mirrors at home. I don't know. But like yeah, no. Every time you're a black boy, you're in London. So okay, cool.
Does your other half not see race or see
She,
color?
she claimed like it wasn't a big deal to her. Like it wasn't something that she. I guess they kind of say that they don't really notice. And because when I asked her, no, like I must have asked her.
Everyone notices.
No, like I asked
I'm
her.
not sure.
I asked her, what would your family say about me being black? And she was like, oh, they won't care. I was like, are you sure? Have you had this conversation before? Because it can open a can of worms, bro. Like it's not as straightforward as you may think it is.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
didn't open a can of worms, which is calm because they ethnic too. But even still, I just find it bizarre when people.
Lie.
She weren't lying though. She was being deadly serious. She weren't lying because I told her straight up like the reason why my dad runs jokes with you being from Latin America is because well you know he's racist and old, so like, he doesn't mind, but he's gonna run the banter. You're Escobar from now on. Do you get me? Yeah. But she was just like because I didn't have any issues when I got to meet her family and whatnot. So I guess she was right in saying that, but. Like it's a subconscious thing to them, whereas with me, it's definitely at the forefront of my mind, just because I'm in a minority, I suppose.
Yeah, but go on.
And I've always said that's what white privilege is.
Yeah, it is.
Not even having that as a thought.
yeah, it's not even. Yeah, that's what
Somewhat,
it is.
yeah,
It is
I
white
agree with you
privilege. And even though she ain't white, I guess she's you know when you're passing white, everything's okay for you, bro. Like you don't like when you're passing white. you know,
It's
I
like,
don't-
I think
you basically benefit from all of it
There's
without
like
really
a-
having to say, like Turkish people, for example, they like to say they're Asian, but they're white.
it's like that.
I know bare Turkish people who say that they're Asian.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Ah, Turkish people are Turkish.
No, Turkish people are Turkish, and Turkey's kind of in Asia, kind of in Europe.
Half, innit? Half.
Where is it?
Well, it's in Europe for football purposes.
Where is it, Wakar? ASMR?
I just said they're Mediterranean.
They are.
I wouldn't even say it. I wouldn't even give them a continent.
All right.
It's
Thank
the
God.
truth.
Thank God he's not
Boy,
on
the
the mic.
Turkish people are going, yeah, trust me.
Before they come after you. No, I'm saying, are they white? They'll probably think you're Turkish. Because see, that's what I mean. Like,
Some people do think that Turkish people think I'm Turkish.
100%, and that's what I mean. They're all. If you ain't black,
See,
a
when
lot of
he
people
said
are
about
passing
Turkey
white.
and he was asking you, I thought you were Turkish, innit? Like for that split second, I was like, okay.
and you couldn't really
like-
say no if he like doubled down and
Oh, we should
swore,
put the camera on him, right?
No, but genuinely,
swore that he
if
was
you,
Turkish.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
Like-
said no, you're not.
Come in focus.
Like Idris could be from anywhere in a certain region of the world.
It just is racially ambiguous.
How the fuck am I racially ambiguous?
Because you could be Afghan. You could be Afghan. I've seen.
No, do you know what? Yeah,
You could
being
be
serious.
Afghan.
If you went to America, they'd think you were Mexican.
The fuck?
Look
Being
at your
serious,
shirt,
I'm being serious,
bro.
I'm not
Look
even
at
joking.
your shirt, essay. You definitely are
Maybe
Mex.
because I went.
My girl looks Asian to some degree.
They'd
My
think
girl
you were
looks
Yeah,
Asian.
she does look
She
kind
looks
of
Asian, but she's from South America.
They would.
Whereabouts?
But yeah, weirdly,
Ecuador.
South Americans do have that kind
They
of.
all look Asian. They
But I
all,
don't think
they
I
all
look
look.
like. I do
Thai
not
or
look like
some
Andy
shit.
Ruiz, bro.
Where are you from?
But then he's white and he's
Oh,
Mexican.
okay. No, genuinely, when he said the Turkish thing, you aimed it at him, so I was like, okay, cool.
He just responded. The way he reacted to the turkey thing. I don't even know how.
I'm just talking about like the
It's like that
oversights.
Family Guy thing. There's like where it has different shades of like okay and not okay. It's basically what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the Caucasus Mountains in Turkey.
Caucus, what?
That's where Caucasian people started.
Yeah, and apparently in Russia, it's actually part of Russia. That's where my man with the head, Habib. That's where he's from. He's from like Dagestan, which I think is in the Caucasus Mountains.
Oh, Khabib
Nurmagomedov.
yeah.
And apparently mainland Russians refer to people from the Caucasus Mountains as black. Anything that's not like mainland Russian is black.
Yeah,
So it's
basically.
weird. It's weird.
I heard that
But
one as
like when it comes to racism, guys like Bernardo Silva, I just always go into the mindset that I don't expect them to understand, and therefore, and that's why I don't really get upset because they don't understand. They never. It's like with women and men. You know, a lot of the time, women. No, like women. Men don't understand women. Men don't understand women. So when women are making their complaints or I guess that's poor way, or explaining to men what their issues are with the way men treat them or interactions with them,
it's funny
hard for them to.
funny enough, yeah.
It's hard for me to understand.
For a
certain
second,
things.
that was so way left.
Yeah,
man.
I
I
was
was
thinking,
like, what the
again,
fuck?
I was thinking,
Y'all niggas
how come
jumped
I'm
out of here like,
What?
I kind of get what you're saying.
No, but you know what? Speaking of which, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I had an argument with a female the other day, and I don't understand why.
See, he called her a female, and they don't like that, bro.
Bro, she told me that she
She's
couldn't be
what's
bothered to explain something to me because of emotional something. Like, and I was like, emotional what? Like it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I mean,
Emotions don't make sense. You said this is
No,
emotional.
Let me find
It
this.
doesn't
Let
make
me,
sense. Yeah, I ain't
delete
to-
the
no,
conversation.
man,
She
don't
pissed
even
me off
worry
that much.
about it. We've
You
gone
must
way
be
off
fuming to
topic.
lead the conversation.
Fuck
I
Bernardo
was
Silva.
fuming.
Fuck racism in football.
Yes.
Can I make one point? Really, bye.
He wants
let-
a
let
mic.
hold the
Shit.
mic.
Oh, what is about to be said right
People
now?
can hear this point, yeah? Alright. Seeing as Raheem Sterling is like a big proponent for ending racism in football, would it be hypocritical of him to not speak out against the Bernardo Silva thing then, since that's his teammate?
See, now I don't understand. Off the rip, I just feel like he might be the figurehead, but Colin Kaepernick didn't do too much talking. Raheem doesn't have to talk if he doesn't want to, just because he's the
figurehead.
face of ending racism in football. He's come out at certain things and spoken up where he felt to. So now is the onus on him to always speak out when there's an injustice against injustice?
Teammate though, and it's a big thing.
Yeah, so they're all on the team.
They are, but I don't.
Mendy's on the team as well now.
I think in that situation, because you've probably had racial jokes. If they're not racial, they're probably about where people are from. He might take a piss out of his accent because he's Portuguese. Like little things like that you do with your friends. So I think he's probably sitting there like, he didn't mean anything by it.
He probably reprimanded him in like private. Probably
said,
said like, bro,
yeah, don't
like,
do
come
that.
on, man. Like, if anything, don't tweet these things out. But they might not even be boys. They're just colleagues.
No, but I doubt he even done that because I wouldn't think that he would deem it as racism.
Yeah, I don't
And
think it's racist.
Raheem Sterling spoke out against the media
Yeah.
being that irresponsible because that really
Because they
goes
are.
back to the
Yeah.
The media are wildly irresponsible. So, no, I think Raheem Sterling would have been alright with it.
Yeah, but he's. I guess Carl's question is, does he have to come out and say something?
Yeah.
And
You're that guy now. Once you speak up about it once, that's what you do now.
you believe that he should have come out and said something?
No, but that's what the people. Like,
Yeah,
everyone
so
looks
that's
for an
that's
answer.
the way it's perceived. But I guess we're basically saying the same thing. So
Yeah, we
no, Wakar ASMR, he doesn't have to say anything. Yeah, I mean,
That's fair enough. No, that's
grows conversation, isn't it? Growth.
I don't really have anything else on football.
You got anything you want to say about football?
Anything you've seen in the news? Any topics? Anything coming up?
The Winter World Cup's a mess, and that's it.
Winter World Cup.
Oh, because in Qatar,
Qatar,
innit?
the
The
Qatar
Qatar
World
shit. They showed there's a video going around and it was like showing like a suite which has a bed in it, and you walk out and the sliding doors and you see the whole pitch, and everyone's like, "Wow, it looks so sick." I was thinking, how many people died to build that? Everyone's always like, "Oh, it's amazing." That's the fucking.
But
that's the graves. It's some Amityville shit. That's probably a
I was
graveyard.
listening to a podcast and they were saying that like all the greatest monuments in the world are somewhat built by slaves. There,
Bruv, it's like
the
Brazil.
pyramids were built by slaves.
The World Cup in Brazil was a mess.
Yeah.
The manpower that goes into it is so often mistreated, and Qatar ain't got a great record. So it may look great and lavish now, but I don't rate it.
I mean, it's gonna fuck up the atmosphere of the game. To be fair, what if I want to sleep and people are yelling at the pitch?
Wait, what do you mean?
This is what I mean, motherfucker. That is what I mean. Why would I want my bed to be anywhere near
Like, and
a
it's dark.
football pitch? What? To hear the yobs yelling, dead.
Oh, what? So it's like a private suite.
It's like a private suite with a bed in it.
Why?
Like, it's literally like a director's box, but
Why
with a
not?
bed in it.
No, but I'm asking why.
Why?
I'm not asking why.
It's a
not.
money thing.
But
Why not?
It's literally the land of excess. Everyone's just doing whatever the fuck they want.
Is it
Probably
Qatar?
got gold Lambo. Why not? It's like, okay,
It's a
cool.
bit mad. It looks good on first thought, and then it's like
And what you also have to remember is someone's gonna pay for it.
someone's gonna buy it. They'll be sold out. They'll be sold
Someone
out.
will pay for it.
And it is, as he said, it's that situation
I
where
mean, I ain't rich
why
enough
not?
to understand these decisions yet.
Oh, and after the World Cup,
Who wants
not
to
gonna be
stay
used.
in the stadium? That don't make sense. You
didn't
watch
make
the
sense.
game and
That's-
leave.
that's
Like,
what I thought.
That's the point.
I was like, why would you stay in the middle of the stadium?
Especially
and
if
then-
your team lose, what are you gonna do? Fuck up your crib in a fit of rage because your nation lost.
That would be
Get
so
caught
funny.
slipping, wrecking your crib, and all the blinds come up, throwing the chair into the fucking thing on the wall. What the fuck, man? I guess why not though? You right? People do whatever they want to do.
No,
When you got the money.
Get me?
But yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, basketball.
Shit, man. The Basketball World Cup. I guess no one here other than me has any interest in this.
We
but-
sort of spoke about it last
yeah,
time.
and so what did you guys cover? Because I can't act like I
We
listened
just
entirely.
covered really the fact that we covered up to America lost.
Yeah.
We didn't actually cover
with
the fact-
who? To who? Unless it was Russia, I don't want to
Who
know.
was in the American team? What are the rules? What are the restrictions?
No, they were all NBA players.
Was
Was Kyrie there?
JaVale McGee? Who?
So I
Who's the
have a
most
big.
notable
So
player?
I can. What did you guys? I'll ask you just what they kind of
No, you can go for
were
it with
talking
them.
about. No, like what would you guys have said? Like what did you think about America losing? Because Idris knows basketball enough now, 6 seasons deep at least.
Yeah.
So you know basketball enough to. Okay, I'll start by saying they didn't take too many like great people out.
But there were bigger problems than just not taking players.
Yeah.
Like
Who
they
did they
were
lose
actually
to?
a rubbish team. Like I watched the game, the one they lost to Spain, was it?
Spain, okay.
But I don't think Spain knocked them out. They didn't even make it to the quarterfinals. Bummy ass.
Or was it Serbia? Serbia beat them. I know Serbia did
Serbia
beat them.
gave them the
France
pounds, so-
beat them. France knocked them out.
Yeah.
We can't pretend
They
like-
lost that many games.
Yeah, and Rudy Gobert was an absolute
Beast.
beast,
Yeah,
bro.
He's
Like,
7'2".
wow.
He plays in
Like,
the NBA.
I watched him.
What's his name?
Rudy Gobert, but it's pronounced Gobert.
Okay.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's 7'2", tall, great defensive player, 2-time defensive player of the year.
Just
Gave them all the work,
So
but
who-
they've got. It's gone.
Who was their most notable player? Was Giannis
Who?
there?
He's from Greece, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, fair
But he
enough.
should be playing for Nigeria. I don't know why he's wasting his time. If he'd have played for Nigeria, that would have been
So
ill.
who was
You know
there?
that
Who
is-
was there that is like a notable basketball?
for America.
Yeah, for America.
Donovan Mitchell,
yeah.
Jason Tatum,
They're like up and coming stars
Yeah.
right now.
Oh,
Like,
okay, so
it's
there weren't
more-
no like.
Kyle Kuzma, but he were injured.
It's not like a dream
They didn't
team.
take. They didn't take any
More-
superstars out.
Yeah.
They didn't even
Okay,
take any
okay.
like notable stars. It's all up and coming dudes. They took out Kemba Walker. Actually, he's a star. But now his legacy's tarnished, in my opinion,
Yeah,
because he just can't win nothing.
Literally.
And he went. So Kemba Walker, won the NCAA basketball championship before he got drafted to the NBA.
Fuck the NCAA. Sorry.
I mean, slavery. But baller. He's like a B plus Kyrie. That's what he is. If Kyrie's the A star, Kemba's a B plus. You know what? I'll give Kemba an A. If Kyrie's an A star, I'll give Kemba an A.
That's a big
No,
statement,
it isn't a
though.
big statement because Kyrie's not as nice as everybody thinks. And I'm just saying, if in terms of their game, I like they got the same game. Shifty.
Kemba is nice.
What Kemba's?
With a bet, I've been saying this to Owen for a long time.
Ball. Why doesn't
This guy needs to have a better team.
a better team around him? Yeah,
But
was playing with Michael Jordan for the Charlotte Hornets or Bobcats?
Yeah,
Yeah, Hornets right now.
this is what I said to him, which is weird. Like in a football sense, the loyalty is very much gone. Whereby like players would leave. Apart, it's weird because we've only got like you get the weird odd ones like Harry Kane, who you don't know whether he's gonna leave or not. Whereas
He'll end up leaving. that
with
Kane guy.
basketball, I find it very surprising when someone actually stays.
It's like Italian football.
Weirdly, like if a player stays at like the Hornets, like Kemba was staying at the Hornets, I'm like, why not just go? Like you have no like
Because
affiliation.
there are incentives to get the bag when you stay at a team. If you're the guy, if you're a franchise guy, you're more than likely going to hit the belly. You can play to your market. It's true.
Yeah,
Like,
you get your money. You will get your money 100%.
And then he set all these. He made an all-star team. He made an all-NBA team. He played really well. So
like
you can play. Do you guys understand any of what we're saying?
Yes.
Some of it. I get something about. I saw them talking about when Leonard was supposed to be signing contracts and Supermax and this, that, other.
Yeah, so I don't understand all that Supermax shit, but Kemba's a max player or Supermax player, I believe. So he's big time, but he's just not as good as Kyrie, like in terms of the effect he's had on the game or where he's played.
They have like salary
Kyrie
cap.
made more noise at the Cleveland Cavaliers before LeBron got there than Kemba did at Charlotte. So you see it. That's why I say Kyrie's an A star,
I agree.
Kemba's A.
You see that Kyrie thing though that came out yesterday.
What Kyrie thing?
Apparently he's fractured his left side of his face.
How? What was he doing?
Elbows.
Nah,
This
it
is
was-
what's funny.
It weren't no elbows. He was trying to do that Michael Jackson lean thing again and fucked it up. His face hit the whole ground. Have you seen it?
No.
I'll send it to you guys.
Please.
The dude can do the Michael Jackson thing.
How have you fractured your face in off season?
I told you he was doing the Michael Jackson and flopped
Had to
straight
have
into
been,
his
right?
face.
I had to.
Straight into his face.
Other than that, how else do you fracture your left side of your face?
I can talk about how shit the USA team were for days. They took out Joe fucking Harris. Now I understand, that America is a nation majoritively made up of white Caucasians. Yeah? So they have to have someone on the team that reflects that. They love basketball anyway, but there's always a token. That's just me speaking from my perspective, but I think it's pretty factually. They've always got one decent white boy on the team. They took Kevin Love out when they won the Olympics. But they took out Joe Harris. Joe fucking Jim Harold.
Let me tell you something. The way you're saying the name means something, but I don't know what the fuck that means.
That's fine.
You're saying such
This is my little monologue.
I'm
This is
trying
my
so
little-
hard.
This is my little
This is mad.
monologue. But do you can feel it, right?
Yeah.
So you can feel it. So what feelings am I evoking? That Joe Harris is a bum and should have never been on that squad. Should have never, ever been on that squad. But they take him out because he's a white Klay Thompson. And I know Klay Thompson
Basically.
looks white already, but he ain't. His daddy black. He's daddy black. His daddy black. Daddy played for the Lakers.
Oh really?
Yeah, bro.
I
He's
didn't
half
actually
black,
know
half
that.
white. He ain't like.
Girls
I didn't know his dad was a baller
He's
as
not
well.
Egyptian or something like that. He look Egyptian.
He did kind of look Egyptian.
But yeah, no. So they just took out the wrong team. Jason Tatum, overrated. Marcus Smart should have been starting. Miles Turner had a good tournament, in my opinion, from the games that I saw. They're all just NBA players, right? They're all NBA players, yeah. That's what they were doing, though, Ryan. Shooting right over people's heads. And over the backboards, too. They were trash.
Are you being a bit mean to European teams over here? Because I swear European teams bang.
They do bang.
Some of them.
But the US were trash because they took the talent they took out were enough to make it to the semi-finals at the very least. Because a lot of teams have at least 4 NBA players. Even the African teams have a lot of NBA players. They've got on Nigeria, they've got Alpha Aminu, they've got Chuck Diogu who played in the NBA, they've got a few Josh Okogie who plays with Minnesota Timberwolves. You don't know who these people are, but you're learning.
I've heard some of their names.
What you're saying is the hospital. I think, where's Ovi?
He plays Spanish, bro.
In Casa Amor, bro.
Bruv, he's not.
Is he actually good at basketball?
No.
What are you talking
Nah,
about?
bro.
Wait. What are you talking about?
Seriously.
Wait.
I'm saying all these names like, where the fuck did Ovi
Bro,
play?
I watched a video of him playing basketball at some event the other day. My guy couldn't, like, he missed every shot he threw
Yeah,
up.
shooting ain't easy. I can't shoot either. So he's not good because he can't shoot.
I don't know.
There
innit?
are other aspects of
That's
the
fine.
game.
All right, cool.
When was the last time you dunked the ball, Alex? Never!
I was like, nah, when I was young, I could reach it.
You couldn't dunk, though.
Yeah.
Don't lie on me. Don't lie. You ever dunked before?
No.
Good. I appreciate the honesty.
I used to play netball.
I was on the cusp.
It's not a game.
I can't dunk. Ever.
Nah, it is a game.
Ain't got a backboard. Much ain't got a backboard, just a hoop in the air.
Yeah.
You can't dunk as well.
You can.
The netball.
Yeah.
It'll be
You
very
can't.
dangerous,
You
no?
can't.
You can't even move. You gotta stay on your 1 foot.
No. See, you ain't played the time. I know enough for lightning girls, bro. So they're pros. There's a pro league for netball, man. It's phenomenal. It's actually quite a good spectator sport. Anyway, let me talk about Spain winning.
They won the World Cup.
Bro,
Yeah, shout out
was,
Spain.
It was such a good mate.
And shouts
Spain
out Pau
and
Gasol.
Argentina. It's Marc Gasol.
Oh, sorry, Mark.
Spain and Argentina were quality.
Shouts out Power, dude.
Great teams. France played really well. They've got a ton of NBA players as well. And I think the right team won. Ricky Rubio needs to get his props. It's a shame that he's in Phoenix. Ricky Rubio was like the Spanish player, right?
Yeah.
That's Spanish
Basically
Kyrie.
got drafted. No, man, better than that. In regards to like the hype he had coming into the league. So he was playing for Barcelona from the age of 16. Barcelona have a pretty good team, one of the better teams in Europe. And then he went to the league when he was probably like 21 or something like that.
Yes.
And then like, had an average career up until now, but he's like been on teams that have made it to the playoffs every so often. He's like been riddled with injury, but as he's matured as a player, he got an MVP of the whole tournament, and I think he deserved it. Bro, he was thrown. Do you know what a dime is? No. So weird when I have to educate people. A dime is like a good assist, but like flashy, so like a no-look pass or like behind the back. And they just had a great team throughout, great bench. Like I think it's pretty much all of the players that played on the Spanish team, apart from maybe 2 or 3, have played in the NBA at some point in time already or currently do. Marc Gasol plays for the Toronto Raptors. You heard of them?
Yes.
They won the NBA championship
Just last year, yeah.
With Kawhi.
He's like the second player to ever do that, right?
Yeah, I know who Leonard is.
He's the second player to take gold and
Who's
win
Leonard?
a ring.
Kawhi Leonard, I know who he is.
Yeah,
I know a couple of basketball players, but the ones you're naming,
I'm
Go on. You got any questions to ask me?
no, not any questions, but I like hearing about Basketball World Cup
Yes.
because the NBA is so like you get fucking world champs just playing amongst yourselves.
Yeah,
That's what I said. It's just such
It's
a.
not really a merit.
They
There's
got
no
like a
merit in
monopoly
it.
of
it's
the
mad.
sport.
The thing I can't keep up with is the fact that they play so many games.
Really? A lot of
The
games.
games are a lot shorter though.
No, but it's just like they literally are playing all the time. When it gets to playoff time, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, I can be
That's what
interested.
a lot of people
It's
say.
a lot more organized.
I
yeah.
love
I
the
can be
regular
interested
season.
in the playoffs.
I love
Especially,
the
I don't
regular
understand how they go by their fixtures and stuff.
And
It's
I'm
weird.
glad, I'm so glad.
What do you mean?
Like some teams you're playing 3 times, some teams you're playing twice.
Because there are conferences and divisions now.
Yeah, that's what don't
because
make
we're
sense to me.
here. Because we're here.
That don't make sense to me.
Because we're here, we don't understand the divisions and the conferences. But if you like American football, like you say you do, then
It's East and West. I get that. No? I said it's East and West, no?
No, it's more.
there are divisions.
Then it splits
Yeah.
into like
Atlantic,
Pacific, yeah, and all of that shit.
Southwest, like you've got the NFC East,
All
and
of
you've got the AFC, and you've got the NFC North.
All
Do
of
you
that
guys
crap.
not care about American football that much?
Not like that.
Fair enough.
Playoffs, but American sports,
That's what I'm saying.
American football, American sports, full stop.
Yeah.
Get good at the playoffs.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
Pretty much. They do
When
say
there's
that.
something to play for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The regular season is good for me because you see highlights, and like I like to see who's going to be the MVP of the regular season. And you still win.
was-
You
who was
still
last
win
year?
something at the end of the regular
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
You won the league. It's the league.
Who was the MVP
Yeah.
last year? Leonard.
Oh no,
Kawhi.
that punk
Kawhi
Giannis.
Janice.
I'm not
Was
happy
it?
with
Yeah.
Giannis and Antetokounmpo.
What do you think of Zion Williamson? He's like my size, but he
No,
can dunk.
no, he isn't.
He's bigger than you.
Bigger than you, I think.
By far.
What? And he can dunk.
Are you mad?
You know,
You're 6'2". Do you know how
Bruv, I
He ain't
swear to
6'2".
God.
He taller
I
than you,
swear
right?
to God.
No, he's like 6'2".
I'm 6'3".
Do you know how
Do
small
not
that
take
is in the
away
NBA?
my.
Do you know
I'm
how
6'3". Do not take away my.
No,
age.
don't
I
lie.
swear to God,
Don't
bro.
lie. It's not 6'3".
I'm 6'3".
How
you
many
mean?
centimeters tall are you? Do you know centimeters?
No, he doesn't.
You're
Probably.
never gonna find out.
What's 6'3" centimeters?
6'3"
Don't ask for that.
centimeters.
Don't give him the answer.
That.
That's what he wants, fam.
There's no. I'm telling you, there's no way. He's probably 6'2", but that's short for NBA size.
Oh, I know
That's
that.
the story.
I know, but what I've clocked. Also, people shorter than me can dunk. But what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but what I've seen. I only started appreciating NBA the last 5 years, because I never used to understand why everyone got so hyped. I was like, they're dunking. So the fuck what?
Huh?
Bruv, do you know how
I
No,
didn't-
until I tried it.
I
Until
didn't.
realised, oh,
I
okay,
didn't
this is-
rate
this
their
is-
athleticism, but once I deeped what the fuck I was actually seeing, once I started getting numbers and figures and seeing, that's when I started seeing it to scale. Because when everyone's massive, no one's massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I
get
just
that.
started seeing,
I get that.
Speaking of athleticism, yeah, shouts out to Hooper's voice. They put on the Russell Westbrook dunking. Oh my god,
You guys know who
that
Russell
guy!
Westbrook
Yeah.
he's a monster.
Oh, that dunk, those dunks are just ridiculous, fam.
alright.
That guy can fly.
Go and watch a Derrick Rose one, man. I'm tired of this Russell Westbrook at the moment has a massive like hipster dick suck, and it's weird. to me,
Really?
bro. People love this dude, and I
I
don't get
just
me
like
wrong,
the dunks, to be honest.
bro.
I don't like
win
the dunks.
Exactly.
something,
Yes.
bro. Stop
been-
beating your chest, Brody. Like I fuck
I've
with
been
Russell
saying that
Westbrook.
as well.
I like the way you play, but you need to win
Yeah,
something. You need to
that's it.
acquiesce in the moments that count.
100%.
You're not doing yourself any favors. You're now
But we
back
can't-
at Houston with the big dogs. Fuck, I was supposed to talk about Spain and how white boys can actually ball. Shit. Fuck. I'm so upset America took out Joe Harris. I'm so upset. I've like been in like Instagram beef in comments with people about it because I call him Jeff Harris, innit? Jeff Harold. Because why should I should know his name. This guy should not be there. I shouldn't know his name. Fucking now you know his name. You guys will never forget Joe Harris. Just any Joe Harris, bro. Any
punch him. Just be like, why the fuck did you go to the FIBA?
So is he an NBA player though?
Yeah, he is.
plays for the Brooklyn Nets and he won the 3-point contest last year.
Oh, okay. So he's playing with Curry this year, no? Ain't Curry there?
Damn, you don't know
Why?
nothing.
No, you right. Kyrie is
Curry
there.
is there.
Oh, I thought you said Curry. Oh.
No, Curry. Oh, Curry, man. I know where Curry is.
I said, what? I don't know.
It just sucks to see America making decisions. They should have. Shouts out Ricky Rubio. Shouts out the Spanish team. I was it was actually going on while I was out there, and
I didn't even know it was going
the
on.
girl
I'm not
let
gonna
me
lie.
watch some of the games out there.
Shout out the girl.
Shout out the
The
girl.
Basketball World Cup.
Yeah.
I swear that's what I mean. Like the Rugby World Cup almost passed me by as well.
That passed me by. I had no idea until Oyo mentioned
He
it. today.
passed me by.
It's on
only
now.
just started,
No, I
bro.
get that, but I didn't know it was coming.
I
I
had
didn't.
no idea.
It's
Cricket World
difficult
Cup
for
passed
me,
me by.
bro. I just really like. I get it. Football.
Oh, the
But like,
Ashes.
that's only because I was born here. Yeah, but no one talks about cricket.
No, genuinely, no.
Cricket's dead.
But like,
Cricket's
like,
huge.
football, man. Like,
I don't
football, such a weird thing for
It's
me.
weird
how
because
much
we're in
people
the
love
London bubble, innit? So
No, but bruv, people in England love cricket.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
they
we're
do.
in the London bubble. People in
I
London.
was sitting at work today. One guy said to me, "Oh, I've like something," and he went, "Oh yeah, don't tell me nothing. I've been avoiding the scores." And I looked at him and I was like, "What? The football scores? The Carling Cup?" And he went, "No, rugby." I was like, "What the
Rugby's
fuck?"
30 though.
I was like,
I used to play.
A lot
Played
of
for 8
people-
years.
But I didn't
realised
know
that
that
when I
people
went
actually like were on it like that. Obviously they are, but I didn't realize like, oh, okay, cool. England are playing in the World Cup. Like, I'm literally gonna be watching this thing. Like,
We're a 30 team as well. We always have been. We're
Yeah.
30.
Like,
We're
I
top,
discovered this
top
at
5
uni.
rugby nations all time.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Easily.
All Blacks are the best. They always have been.
Wales are probably a better team in our lives. I'm telling you.
Swear down.
Telling you.
Oh, see, I know Jonah Luma.
Did
that's
we
about
invent
it.
the game?
Jonah Lomu.
Cricket.
And we invented most games,
We
bro.
did, didn't we?
Well,
We invented cricket. I know that. And football.
They invented
This,
most
I was
games.
that was interesting.
They
Yes,
invented
like
most
we.
games, and
I'm racially ambiguous in it, so I could be English.
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
Could be English for all
Could
you
been on
know.
holiday.
Yeah.
He could be from Guernsey or some shit like that. I know what people from Guernsey look like. Anyone been to Guernsey? No. Yeah, exactly. It just is from Guernsey.
Guernsey, innit? There you go.
Guernsey. Shout out to Guernsey, massive.
I identify as a Guernsey person. There you go. No
Yeah.
one can tell me anything now.
Shit, man. I guess. Yeah, that's it. The Basketball World Cup was well worth a watch. And if you want some highlights, go on the YouTube.
What channel was it on?
Well, in Spain, it was on Channel 4.
In the UK, we didn't even make it. So
Eurosport?
Probably Sky or Eurosport.
Yeah,
to be fair.
Eurosport,
But
I
It
would've-
was probably on Sky Sports, to be fair. It's probably
don't know
Sky.
if it
Sky Sports have a lot these days, and they have a lot of NBA games. If not, BT.
Speaking of coverage, though, I heard the BBL is streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't wait.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty big
What's
news.
that?
The British Basketball League.
Brazil-
Since-
Okay.
Go on.
Okay.
Brazilian Babitsalu.
What the hell BBL is that? What?
Brazilian Babitsalu.
That means Brazilian butt lift. I said my man.
I said
What?
Brazilian.
Hey, bro, I swear, I thought it was. I don't know even
The
know what I thought
Brazilian
it
butt
was.
lift.
No,
Streaming on YouTube.
no, man. The British Basketball League, man. Quite a few, like a couple of my homies have played in it.
What,
Quite-
what's
quite a
some
few-
top? What's some top teams?
Leicester Riders are a 30 team.
Leicester
I was
Riders.
thinking of picking a team, and I was thinking either Leicester Riders or London Lions.
Yeah,
I don't know
naturally,
which one.
but
London
you know,
Lions. What was the team?
I'm
that
flying with the
sponsored-
Royals this season.
Neil.
Yeah.
What's the other
Well,
one?
I'm going Royals as well then for
Yeah,
it.
man. The Royals have a lot of players that I have watched like coming up. Obviously it's a community. It's a very like. No, I would go as far as saying insular because we can't get no coverage. But now that it's on YouTube, I think it's a massive deal.
I think so.
of
Should
course.
bring coverage to.
What's the other London team? Is it London
So
Tigers?
there's London City Royals. London Towers was an old school team.
Oh,
They were one
okay.
of a professional team. My coach played for Towers for like a season or two, won the BBO of that league. My coach
Yeah, they
was one of the first.
sponsored a secondary school that's near us years ago.
Oaks Park.
No, it's, Beale.
No, okay.
Shout out to the BBL. I ain't gonna be watching.
No, why not? Right?
Is it any
But-
good though? In terms of, like, if you watch it in terms of quality,
I want to try and watch it this season.
are you
I
going to
wanna
be
see
sitting
what's
there
good.
thinking I'm
They're
watching grassroots
already
football?
a week down, and the highlights are on YouTube.
So I might go check it out.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
I mean, is the standard good? It's not NBA standard, if that's what you're asking.
No, that's what
do
I
you
mean.
watch Do you watch NBA basketball? No, so I don't think it makes a difference.
No, but like-
I have to see the peak
Yeah, because
of NBA. I can't see just like
I'll
if
watch
I can't
clips.
watch, if I can't watch regular season NBA, I'm not gonna watch regular season BBL.
Yeah, like I'll watch little
Yeah, I
clips.
guess.
Like I'll watch the highlights, like top plays every week or whatever. I
Like,
see
do
that
you-
occasionally.
Do
Ovi
you
would do
watch-
bits in the BBL. He'd do all right.
Do
I
you
reckon
watch
he'd do all right.
lower league football?
From time, if it comes on after match of the day,
It's sort of similar, right?
what
like a
lower? Yeah,
standard
but
down.
lower league. What
You
are we
don't watch
talking?
lower
Are we
league football?
talking?
I watch them in cup games. I won't watch them regular season.
No, like I'd watch the Champions. Like you know, you get the
Yeah, you get them
straight after
coming
match of the
us-
day. I'd
yeah.
watch that. Like I don't mind watching that.
I
It's like
watched
sports.
the
isn't it?
Women's League show last
Yeah,
year.
same here. I
game
watched that
Because
last week.
they score screamers.
They actually shoot bangers.
They
Well,
score.
how hard is it?
Oh,
The goal's 8 foot tall and the keeper's 5 foot 2.
It's
Is
the
the goal
goal scorer.
different?
No, it's the same goal.
It is the same goal.
It's the
But
same
goal-
goal.
the goalkeeper's-
But the goalkeeper is going to
no,
naturally be.
They should just
naturally
put men in
short.
goal and then
Like-
make it a lot easier.
That'd be fun.
Make it a lot
Courtois
harder,
like
rather.
7 foot.
Yeah,
Like he
it's
stops everything, right?
No, he
Hard to
doesn't.
score past. He doesn't, but you know what I mean. It's gonna be hard. If I stood and when I stand in a normal size goal, I feel like it's fucking huge.
It is massive.
And I'm probably bigger than most of the women that are standing in the goal. So then,
Yeah,
like,
possibly. Yeah, I mean, Arsenal have a good women's team, and they were scoring goals, absolute goals.
Well,
yeah, the Arsenal team is sick.
But I remember watching it last season, turning it on, and this is a true story, by the way. I think it was Man City were playing, and literally she tries to pass it back to the goalkeeper from
I
kickoff.
saw that.
And it goes straight in, and I was like,
It was either like Birmingham or West Ham or Reading or one of them teams.
Yeah.
Reading in the
Oh,
top
no,
flight. Jokes.
No, do you know what's mad though?
right.
It's like because when it was the Women's World Cup a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all I kept sitting there saying, and I'm not trying to shit on women's football, but
No,
all I
you
kept
are.
sitting there
Save your chest. Save your chest.
all I kept sitting there saying was, this is the best women in the world at
Yeah.
football. And literally, it was like sometimes they couldn't string together 10 passes.
He's got a point.
Serious?
Where's the Women's World Cup?
No, you were looking at teams that top flight teams.
These
the
are-
UK, USA.
No, bruv.
Brazil's,
the only player that
USA's.
wasn't there was the world number one. She wasn't there. But the rest, it was like the Arsenal ladies, most of them were there. The English ladies, it was Man City and Arsenal.
Yeah.
in
All the big
combination.
teams.
Like Chelsea
And Frank
ladies.
Kirby, she plays for Chelsea.
Yeah, they were there, but everyone was there, and it was literally like some of them other teams. It was like you're the best a country has to offer in terms of women playing football.
Well,
It's
Not
like it's
necessarily.
like yeah, because not
I
all
know
those-
some.
not-
I know some females that can play.
No, so do I.
Well, all the
And-
ladies that made the team can play.
I don't feel
and
like.
they were probably dubs up the man them.
Oh,
if they
100%.
played with the man
But
them.
it just looked
It's just
terrible.
No cap. I played no cap. They probably. So I went to five-a-side with my work lot. Yeah, and one of the girls she used to play for Brighton and Hove Albion. So that's
pretty good.
when she was 16. So she was playing
pretty
pro at
good.
16.
Yeah.
And bro, the amount of dons she megged, the amount of getting off a shot wasn't hard for her, and that's because she played pro at a woman's standard. So
Yeah.
just because they're playing amongst themselves, and as you said, the goalkeeper's like diminutive in stature in relation to the goal. Yeah, it doesn't mean that they ain't good. I just think
No,
it's hard to not watch it and hold it to the standard of
Of the
men's
Premier League.
basketball.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you have
yeah.
to watch it for what it is. It's a women's football. I used to love watching girls play basketball. At uni, that's like I used
Women's
to.
basketball isn't that bad to watch.
Bro, it's exactly the same thing. You might as well be watching netball.
Do they lower
if
the
they
net,
ain't
though?
finna, if they ain't
Yeah,
finna, no, it's 10
100%.
feet. If they ain't finna dunk, which is
Okay.
what I watch basketball for, the high octane,
That's
then
true.
you get me. But it's still enjoyable. If you like the game, you should be able to enjoy watching women's football.
No, I
You man don't like the game enough.
no,
is that what
like
you're saying?
don't get me wrong. I would watch the
Or
game.
you just don't like women.
No, I would watch the game and it was fine. And there were certain aspects of the game I appreciate, like their first touch. I can understand the fact the ball comes out of the air and
They're
their touch-
techier than boys.
Yeah, their
More
tech is
time.
amazing. Some of it, but then it's
Oh, piss off.
bro.
Oh, get out of here.
I
man.
believe it. I'm not saying it's to be controversial.
Listen, all the women listening to this or watching this, I understand it. But I'm not gonna have you here
What? No, I'm being 100% serious when I say
I know, but that's what's scary to me. You're being 100% serious.
some of their touches are deep, bro.
Nah, bruv, stop
But
blowing smoke up there.
there were some aspects of the game that I was like,
A lot.
how is that the best people playing
Bruv,
football?
no,
We used to text each other.
A lot of them
I
are
know.
trash. A lot of them are trash. And I'll tell you the reasons why. Because there's been no money going into the sport. Now they got WSL. Now money's going into the sport. You'll see improvements.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see the same across every sport of every nation. There's a reason that America win every medal because they've got the investments.
Yeah.
When Jamaica started putting money into sprinting, suddenly Jamaicans started blowing everyone out the water.
Yeah.
So when the money comes in, the level goes up. My respect for women's football will also increase because I understand what it's like being a black person.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
To be not allowed, obviously not me personally, but people in the past have not been able to go to the same schools, enjoy the same education, and it's been much harder for them to get to the point they're at now. So I'm not going to be a complete prick and say it's not unobtainable, the levels, but it will just take some time to get there because they were held back in the past. I'm not going to say, oh, no, that's really...
I think it's currently at the standard of under 16 boys football, and I think that could be deep if you watch. You think it's worse than under 16 boys football?
I
It's
think
at
there
that
are.
standard.
I think there are games where the fully fledged women teams have been smacked up by the under 16
There have
footballs.
been. There have
So
been examples.
I don't know.
I have
innit?
heard of examples. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know
That's why I think it's at that standard.
because
you get it?
the problem is right. Some of these 16-year-old guys that are ready to play in the Premier League, some of them are breaking into Premier League first teams, innit?
Yeah, some.
And they're going to be bigger and stronger. Some of them,
Rooney was
Zion.
16.
bruv, than
Milner was 16.
the women playing fully fledged. So in certain situations it will work. Certain situations I don't see it doing it. If you put the best 16-year-olds against the best women, I think it'd be an
30
interesting.
game.
Give 'em
Yeah,
time.
it'd be interesting.
Give
It'd
them
be
time,
interesting.
man. It's coming. But don't go crazy just yet. Say, it's coming.
Are we going to talk about the Rugby World Cup or what?
Go for it then, because I don't know.
Shouts out the...
So someone beat Tonga.
England
Tonga.
won today. I know that.
Did we? Shouts out the Tongans.
I don't even know
Jonah
anyone
from
who plays
Tonga.
rugby.
Do you know what's mad though?
Yeah, you do.
I know someone. I mean, as in players that actually are on. The team.
Someone said to me today, like
it
for
starts.
Tonga to have, I think they're top 5. No, they're not. I think they're rated 15th in the world, isn't it? But their entire population is only 108,000 people.
Yeah, I heard it's
Is
a
that
really
it?
like.
It's a tiny little small country, but
Yeah.
to have that as you're ranked 15th in the world. There's only 20 rankings.
For only
but still.
like it's less than 1 million people, man.
But there's
It's mad.
literally nobody in your country.
Yeah, but they're all big bodies, isn't it?
No, but even still,
Huge.
If everyone in your country is built like The Rock, it's not hard to believe that your team's
Well,
going to be top.
he's
he
Samoan.
tried because he's Samoan.
Yeah, he's from
Not
Samoa.
Tongan.
He's not Tongan.
Is he South Island Pacific? What was that? What's the phrase?
What? So they're all the same because
Is
they're
that
from the
what
same
you do?
continent.
Yes,
All right, say no more.
they are.
Yeah. With your chest? You did it with your chest.
Yes,
right?
I did,
I got
yes.
nothing else to say.
That comes from a
Let
place
force
of
it.
pure ignorance.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone's Chinese too. Pure ignorance.
Wow.
Everyone comes from Asia. Everyone's Indian if they come from that part of it.
I'm racially ambiguous, guys. Actually, I'm from Guernsey.
Oh no, but I'm not saying The Rock. You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, Italy have a good team. I just haven't watched or been involved in rugby for a while, and it's a great game. Honestly, if you like American football, you're wasting your time.
See, one of them's
just
got
watch
similar.
rugby union.
One of them's got. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've got
Yeah,
similar
breaking
rules.
the
innit?
Rugby league has similar rules. You have to make yardage, and then you get
Yeah.
you make your yards, and you have a down.
Yeah. I realised that at one point. I was watching highlights.
Rugby league, I don't enjoy it.
I think in NFL I like the throwing of the ball as well.
Really.
I
What
like
about
the
the kicking of the ball in rugby?
And you
That's
can only
pretty cool.
throw backwards in rugby, right?
See, I reckon I
You
could
can
have done
only-
that.
You can only pass backwards in the NFL as well, but they don't play it like rugby. They play to throw it forward.
There have been
Wait,
plays
what?
like that though.
Yeah, you can't. If
You can't
other
throw
than
forwards.
other than the quarterback, who throws forward?
I've never actually watched it past that. Usually it's just fumbled after the quarterback, really.
No. So what you can run plays. They can literally have situations. If a rugby coach decided to go and coach NFL, I believe that if they ran it to the quarterback and they were able to get some stops to make him gain some yardage, guys like the wide receiver and everything, you can run it.
Yeah, I've
seen
seen
it.
plays
I've seen
like that
But
where
you
they
can
throw
only
it more
pass.
than
You
once.
can only pass backwards in the NFL,
Okay.
other than the quarterback who's allowed to advance the ball.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not a Hail Mary, but that's where it comes from. I guess it's like
Yeah.
because it's actually a harder thing to do to pinpoint. So you only get the one
Yeah,
chance.
60
Yeah,
yards.
They're accurate as
they're
fuck.
not too
some of their
bad. I
throws.
mean, I'm just not overly. I'm not enamored by like NFL. I just think it's weak. I think
If rugby players played American football,
some of them
do you
do.
think that
they do all right. One guy that went to uni with us, you might not know him. He was in my freshman year with me, Christian Scotland. now plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hey, shouts
out Chris, man. Christian's doing big things, man.
Yeah,
He was a
shout
nice
out
guy at
Chris.
uni as well. Always looked out for me.
Fly us out,
Always
man.
brought me, always fly south.
Fly us out.
I'll fly us out.
I'm
I
hoeing.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, shoot your shot. I might even send this to him. Nah, yeah, fuck it, why not? Yeah, he's doing really good, man. He's going into his second season, and I rate him for it because I don't think he like played for GB or anything like that. So one of my boys was like really into American football. Went to university in the States for a couple of years before coming back. Was in Missouri Western State and like redshirt the first year. Was like put on a load of size. Did the whole American football thing.
Yeah.
But he came back, played for a team, played for Great Britain. But then now there's guys over there that literally just play pro rugby, and now because they play pro rugby, they're in the NFL making decent money and killing hella brain cells. So
Yeah, they say I didn't realize it. They literally you play NFL for not that many seasons.
not for long.
Yeah,
Probably one of the shortest.
Not for long.
I didn't realize that. It's because I watched
It's a weird death sentence in my opinion.
High impact.
What's that film? What's it called?
no
Concussion with
Deadly Truth.
no. What's
he
the
was supposed to be a Nigerian, you know.
what's the JUCO thing? It's on Netflix.
Oh, not Friday Night Lights, but Last Chance You.
Last Chance You. Yeah, that's sick.
But
Yeah.
before we
Rugby's
wrap
the sport.
before we
Sorry,
start
go on.
wrapping it up, do you want to do pictures of the week? We're in about an hour and a bit now.
Do you know what the picture of the week section is?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
So the picture of the week section is when you pick someone who has done something silly or something you just think's ridiculous, and you pick them to be your pitch of the week. It has to be some sort of sporting star, and it doesn't necessarily have to be something they did on a pitch or on a field or on a court. It could just be that they play sports and they're a knob.
Oh, do I get one?
I mean, we're probably going to all pick like the similar person. So
I don't know.
Do we want to go guests first? Idris has always got some.
No,
pretty
because
interesting ones.
I think one rapid.
I know who mine is. It's fun because we spoke about him already.
Yeah, see, now that would have been my one. 'Cause I really had to think. No, was that yours
I'll
as
go
well?
a different one.
Go for you. So yeah, start
Oh
with yours.
yeah, mine's Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, donut any.
More than
Yeah,
likely.
Why?
as I said, I don't think that his actions were racist. I just think the activity that he did and then coming out and saying what he said afterwards is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Pitch worthy, would you say?
100%.
Yeah.
You a pitch.
You got one.
Yeah, mine's that Megan Rapinoe.
What did she do?
So she went out of
mean,
her
her
way
name's-
to say
her
that
name's Meg.
Virgil van
That
Dijk
was-
should win
'cause
the
he was,
FIFA Best Player because he's cute, not based on his actual physical.
Imagine if a man had said that.
There
There'd
we
be
go.
a riot on the street.
For real.
And I'm not giving a picture of the week based on that, right?
Are you giving a pitch of the week because she's gay?
I'm giving a picture of the week because she just comes across as one of those arrogant,
American.
Yeah.
entitled Americans. Even what she did with that flipping ball boy not long ago as well, where she just like pretty much brushed him off. And I was like, this woman just looks like a bitch. Put it straight forward. She looked like a bitch.
Fair enough.
Like Akash Singh said, a real fucking bitch, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Boy.
so,
Is she the one with the funky coloured hair?
yeah.
It's like pinkish purple colour.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I know
like-
too much for Megan, but I've never been a fan of the name Megan. So.
It just sounds like she's one of those people that it's like, as soon as things aren't her way, it's I'm going to play the victim card. I'm going to do this, but I can make semi-sexist remarks here and there whenever I want to. I can be a fucking.
Oh, what? You
asshole.
crying for consistency, Idris?
She ain't got no consistency.
No, I'm asking like between the way like if it was a man that had said it, is that what you're saying? It would have been like an uproar.
Probably
More
would have
than
been, to be
likely,
fair,
probably.
So
If
you think-
if
so you
roles
think
had
there
been
should be more
reversed,
of an- I mean,
she would
come
have
on, man.
said something.
Cut them some slack already.
She probably would have. She probably would have commented.
If it was
Yeah.
her personally, she would have said something.
Yeah.
That's my only issue.
You don't know that. That's conjecture.
Nah.
Hey, can we just say, Virgil van Dijk's hair?
Is struggle. Soul glow struggle. Soul glow
No,
struggle.
bruv, I think it's sick.
No, you're lying.
He's got it in a pony. It's always perfect.
Because he earns hundreds of thousands of pounds a week.
You call that perfect?
Bruv, it's long,
Our
but
standards
it's got waves.
It's not long at all.
This motherfucker.
How long
probably,
is it?
He's probably
Not
got
very.
weave, bro.
You a hater. Listen, you worse than I am.
But I'm just saying, though, innit? There's no proof of this, you bruv. Do you know the amount of people that get their hairline sorted?
No,
Like,
one of my dudes wears it. Like one of my homies. You all know him. Well, I don't think you've met him, but you met him. You know him. He don't want.
Name and shame.
he can't do it. You can't do it like.
No,
Hates me
podcast.
getting onto him about it though. Like it touches a nerve.
What was it?
What is it weave?
No, basically extensions, isn't it?
Yeah, bruv. They're all doing this shit
We'll
now.
call it protective hairstyling.
They're all doing this shit now. There's no factual proof that his
There's
hair
no
is the way that his
fucking
hair
rules,
is.
Ryan.
I
You
think he's
understand?
got a weak fucking struggle soul glow going on. Let your soul not. Oh, God, I hate his hair. You really like his hair? You just want me to rant about how shit
I
his
like
hair
the way
is?
it looks, man. It
Why,
always looks
bro?
slick and perfectly waved.
Michael Jack type hair, huh? Black or white Michael Jackson?
I think it's great. I think it's sick.
Virgil.
Right, you got one?
Yeah, my pitch of the week. I'm used to this. My pitch of the week goes to people that decide who wins the FIFA Pro Best Player. Because you always, I said this earlier in the show, you always favour attacking players because goals are sexy. What about the players doing the down and dirty work? You don't misplace passes, who just get the job done and go silently. But they're covered in mud at the end of the game. You know, they're just sliding around out back, tackling people, getting knocked, maybe got a yellow card. Mm-hmm. You can score 50 goals a season, but if you prevent 50 goals a season, they deserve love too.
100%.
And everyone here debating, oh, Ronaldo, oh, Messi. You're missing out. Xavi, Iniesta, Modric, all these players that make what they do even fucking possible.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So, you know, shout out to the little guy, aka everyone doesn't score goals.
Oh man,
My
I don't
pitch of the week.
even really have one. What's been happening in sports this week?
I don't know.
Oh mate, let me think. Who's really been a pitch?
The other person I can think of is Roy Keane.
What has he come out and said?
He was
Just been talking.
he just did his Roy Keane
He's
thing
a
on,
football
on
Azealia Banks, just out there, just talking.
Roy, angry Roy.
He was just doing his thing.
You know what? Yeah, let me just keep it funky. I ain't got one. I'm trying to think.
You can pick the same one.
I think
So
no.
you go
I
with
think
Bernardo if you want.
Jeff Harris.
Joe Harris. I haven't seen Joe Harris this week. Thank God. So no, he won't be making it to this week. Should never make, bro. He shouldn't even grace an NBA.
Shouldn't even make it.
Made a couple shots in a competition. Fuck Joe Harris. Yeah, he's my pitch. Should have never been on the squad. Yeah, salacious. I know. Could be fucking up the bag. I just don't understand why he was there. I watched him play. He wasn't even scoring buckets with his left hand on these guys. Oh God.
You've drummed that name into my fucking head.
What's this?
You've drummed that name into my head.
You'll never forget.
Joe Harris.
Because I had to watch this guy play.
I'm not sure if it's Joe or Jeff.
Neither am I. Jeff Harris, you my pitch of the week.
Like, shout out Ovi.
Yeah. Man. He thinks he looks like him, you know. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, he does. He keeps saying it.
You stupid, bro. Shut
You
up.
don't do that.
Oh,
see it.
that was a good one. Oh, you're sick, man. He's sick. Yeah, man. Kick racism out of football.
Oh, fuck.
Fam, I thought a minute there, just I was about to go in. What do you mean? Not even in we all look the same to him. Like, he don't fucking look like Don. Sorry. You don't look like him, man. Not even.
It just started like Ovi.
You know what? Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I think it's
Let me
the
go,
jawline.
Nate. No, it's not. You're
Thank
just
you, man.
Boy in it.
Nathan, you're the nicest Algerian I've met. Is that what
I'm actually from fucking Guernsey, alright? What's wrong with you?
Wait,
Sorry,
wait.
man. Venezuelan.
I identify as someone from Guernsey.
I get why Ryan says he thinks he looks like Ovi.
What
But
are you
there's-
talking about?
But there are too many differences in your faces.
Bruv, man.
There are just too many differences
don't
in your
look alike,
faces.
bro.
No. I get what Ryan sees.
No,
I get it.
I get what Ryan's trying to do.
Bill, at this point in the podcast, yeah, can we get like a side by side, please?
No, put us side by side. Take him off the thing and just put Ovi next to him. So
Do you
people
think?
can actually
Do you know who
see.
Ovi is? Ovi Sokop. Do you know who? Have you heard of Ovi?
The Love Island guy.
guy from Love Island.
Oh, man.
You have
if
taste.
you knew, you'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with him? It's okay. It's a reach.
I identify. Identify?
Yeah,
Identify
okay.
as Ovi Soko.
It's
I've been
disrespectful.
identified as a 40-year-old white male for time.
You weren't identified at the door.
Oh, shit.
Tell me about it. Kick it out of
From what I've
football. Kick it.
I think on that note, this has been another episode of We Think We Know Sports. Check out the Don't Be a Dick podcast. As
Yeah.
you've probably got the flavour of what they're about from this episode.
I'm not this offensive normally.
What do you
Just
mean?
a 4 a minute. Just
yeah.
like, because I'm a lot more sensible on their podcast. I might say some salacious things, but I'm a lot more sensible. But here I get to be free. Billy
last-
just shoots evils at man.
Wait, who are you trying to lie to?
Last episode, Oyins said
came up with
he's gonna
some-
come like some old people Batman, go around beat.
Bro.
You're getting rid of him. That's what he said.
You came on and made everybody stop like, wait, hold on, what?
What did you say?
He was on some
You
cocoon
were
shit.
there.
Oh, what, last one? Oh, the last one? Oh, yeah.
He was on some cocoon shit. Once you reach a certain age, you're out of there.
He's gonna be pushed off
He
a
was
cliff.
literally
What I was really trying to say is that people should not be held accountable for things they did in the past. Isn't that right, Billy? And on that note, we're out.
Is that me?